First show of the year, top to the brim with talent, live from the Masonic Temple in Salt Lake City. This is Fierce Fighting Championship 37, presented by R&R Barbecue. Hi, everyone. Blake O'Rourke and alongside Joel Haro as well as Jason Laporte. For the first show of the year, fellas, this is going to be fun. Jason, good to see you.
I am super excited. It's good to see you guys, too. And welcome back, Mr. Joel Haro, to the booth with us tonight.
Guys, I am so excited to be calling fights with you guys. It's been a long time since I've been on the commentary team with you guys. So, I'm looking forward to a great show. We got a lineup of great fights happening tonight. And, I'm excited to talk shop with you boys.
Quick fun fact. So, Joel Haro, his last time commentating for Fierce Fighting Championship was July of last year. But with all three of us in the booth, we haven't been able to do that since March of last year. So it's been a little bit of time. Very excited for it. As you see on your screen, some big-time bouts lie ahead as all roads lead to Julian Ruiz and Las Vegas's Abijah Meheula. Jason, two guys at the top of their game. Going to be a good one.
Yeah, I'm really excited about this fight. I'm really excited to see how Ruiz bounces back after his loss in the PFL. I know it was a learning experience for him. I think he learned from it. Really excited about this fight because he's got a tough competitor in Abijah.
Joel, your thoughts on that main event?
I'm really excited for the main event. I helped Julian cut weight yesterday. He, in my personal opinion, he's looking the best he's ever looked throughout his fighting career that I know of. But like Jason said, he's got a tough opponent tonight, another decorated striker. And I think tonight we're in for a treat for the main event tonight for sure.
Ruiz coming off that PFL debut last summer. Meanwhile, Meheula has won 3 in a row, all by knockout. Lots of eyes fully fixated on those two. But how about the 2 title fights to be handed out tonight as well? David Kim versus Lance Regimbal for the flyweight title, and the return of Ricky Mamone opposite Las Vegas fighter Andre Martin at 145 pounds. Jason, both of those are fantastic.
Yeah, don't blink when Mamone brothers are in the cage, because those guys, they do not miss when they're throwing punches. And then obviously David Kim dropping down to 125 to fight Lance Regimbal, and I know Lance has got a bunch of people up in Montana watching him fight tonight to defend his title.
Joel, anything specific about those 2 title fights that fly off the film for you?
I'm really excited for the Ricky Mamone and Andre Martin fight. I've trained with Ricky before in the past, and the Mamone brothers, whenever they're fighting, they always put on a show. So I'm excited to see the fireworks that Ricky brings to the table tonight. And Andre is no slouch. He's a game opponent, and we're in for a really good treat tonight for sure. And then I'm very excited for David Kim making his jump down to 25. David and I have become really close friends throughout the last year, and in fact, I won't even be in the commentary booth with you guys. I'm going to be in David's corner tonight, so I'm really excited for that. And he's got a tough opponent in front of him in Lance, and I feel like it's going to be a good fight either way, but I'm definitely pulling for David for sure.
Joel Haro with a couple of jobs here tonight. Plenty of noteworthy matchups scattered throughout the entire night. Why wait any longer? First time tonight, let's kick it inside to Jackson Hoofs.
Check 1. Fierce fans, for those of you tuning into the pay-per-view and for those of you here in attendance at the Masonic Temple in Salt Lake City, Utah, welcome to Fierce Fighting Championship. Tonight's event is sanctioned by the Pete Suazo Utah Athletic Commission with Executive Director Scott Bowler in attendance. Dr. Peter Anderson is also cage side this evening, along with timekeeper Covey King. The judges for the evening are Dan First, Stephen Farragher, and Nathan Burbank, and the referee in charge the whole night when the fights begin will be Dave Selyused. Fierce fans, we are moments away from our first fight of the evening, but at this time we ask that you please rise and remove your caps as we honor our country with the singing of our national anthem. Please welcome an extremely talented vocalist to join me, Andrea Woodmansey.
By the dawn's early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, what ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Make some noise for Andrea Woodmassey. Fierce fans, we have now arrived to what you all came here to see. 18 mixed martial artists, 9 total fights, including 2 title fights for one Fierce Fighting Championship evening. So Fierce fans, we have got to let the fighters in the back know that you are here. Put your hands together for the first time in 2025 and make some noise! Our first fight of the evening is sponsored by Larklean, providing affordable, sustainable, and ecological cleaning supplies. This family-owned business understands the importance of a clean and healthy living environment for your loved ones. Fueled by the desire to create a safer home for their children, they developed their signature effervescent cleaner and powerful disinfectant. A cleaner home for a cleaner earth starts here with Larklean. Fierce fans, make some noise and welcome our very first 2 fighters to the cage, Jackie Thomas and then Nicole Fuga. Right, remind you to go again, remind you to run that again. Just start bringing the fighters up. Yeah, bust that again.
All right, well, she strung things together well. Her second time out, here is Jackie Thomas. Joel, third walk in just over 6 months, a fast start to the amateur career.
Fast start to the amateur career, and that's the way you got to do it. You got to stay busy.
Jason made her MMA debut in June of last year. That was a loss, but then a win in October opposite Grayson Johnson finds her at 1-1.
Yeah, I love seeing him get back in the cage quickly. She got the loss. She's learned from that. She's grown from that. Now she's back in the cage again. I love it.
Jackie Thomas out of Team No Excuse in Nampa, Idaho. Never peaked north of 150 pounds officially on an MMA scale prior to last night. 155 pounds. We'll pull up the tail tape in just a little bit. But also a teammate of Virginia Rodriguez, who cuts the curtain alongside Asia Negron later on this evening. One of 2 out of Nampa, Idaho. And Jason, we've seen Team No Excuse compete out here before. They typically render great results.
Yeah, they always bring it when they come down there. They come out here ready to fight tonight, so this should be a good fight.
Jackie Thomas, third fight in just about 6 months or so. First fight outside of her home state of Idaho as she awaits Nicole Fuga. Nearly 2 years too long, back to the cage is Nicole Fuga. Jason, not a lot of offense garnered versus Aaron Scheidt in March of 2023, but still a fan favorite with plenty of weapons headed into walk number 5.
Yeah, don't let the 1-3 record fool you. Nicole Funga's one that always brings it when she brings it into the cage. She's got all the tools. She'll leave it in the cage tonight, win or lose.
Yeah, Joel, long layoff was due to the birth of her 5th child in 2023. She went from 4 fights in 11 months to her first walk in over 20, a stark switch to the schedule.
Yeah, I was talking to her in the back, and she's very excited to be back. And, she's predicting hopefully a first-round knockout if it goes out of the second round, hopefully a submission. But, she's more than ready for this fight. I've trained with her before in the past as well, and, she can throw some hands, that's for sure.
All right, let's go ahead and look at this one side by side. Nicole Fuga alongside Jackie Thomas for this amateur lightweight bout. Fuga, 1 year senior at 35 years old, also is 1 inch taller. Both fighters weighing in well under the lightweight rim of 156 pounds. Fuga with a record of 1-3. Thomas with a record of 1-1. As Nicole Fuga preps to get back inside the cage. Quite a long layoff for her. And Joel, sometimes got to shake off those cobwebs. We'll have to see with her.
Yeah, sometimes you got to take some time away. And like you said, she had her kid, and she's coming back tonight, and I know she looks more than ready. And we should be expecting some fireworks here in the first opening round.
She was quite optimistic yesterday at weigh-ins, excited to be back in the cage. Obviously got quite the pop as well. A home game for Nicole Fuga. She makes her return right now with Jackson Hopes.
Fierce fans, this fight is sponsored by Larklean. This fight is an amateur lightweight bout scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds, and when the fight begins, the referee in charge will be Dave Selyusted. Introducing the first fighter, fighting out of the blue corner, holding an amateur record of 1 win and 1 loss. She stands 5 feet, 5 inches tall, and weighed in at 155 pounds. Fighting out of Team No Excuse MMA Idaho, hailing from Nampa, Idaho. Fierce fans, make some noise for Killer Jackie Thomas! And introducing her opponent, fighting out of the red corner, holding an amateur record of 1 win and 3 losses. She stands 5 feet, 6 inches tall, and weighed in at 154.5 pounds. Fighting out of Agima Jiu-Jitsu and MMA, hailing from Alamo, Nevada. Fierce fans, make some noise for Nicole Fuga!
First time in 2 years for Nicole Fuga in the red gloves. Idaho's Jackie Thomas in the blue. This amateur lightweight bout to kick off the first card of the year is brought to you by Larklean, your trusted source for safe and effective home cleaning solutions. Larklean, the official cleaning supplier of Fierce FC. Dave Selyusted, third man in the cage tonight. All 9 assignments will fall to him. Busy as can be as we kick off 2025 between 2 lightweights.
Nice inside leg kick there from Fuga.
Both fighters kind of feeling themselves out tonight. First fight of the night, maybe a little first fight jitters.
Bit of a pedestrian start to kick off the first 30 seconds. More so just getting the range over anything, right, Joel?
Yeah, you see Nicole being patient with her shots. Caught that kick right away, takes her down to the ground.
Fuga mats Thomas on top of Jiu-Jitsu blue belt. Received that back in 2022.
Making it really uncomfortable for Jackie, putting her up against the fence there. Jackie's looking for a submission, it looks like.
Back up to the top is Thomas, able to stay active on bottom. But a solid catch of that kick in order to take it to the ground, Joel.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm hoping she didn't take too much damage from catching that kick instead of stepping offline. Due to catch that kick, but it paid off in her favor, taking her down, stuffing her against the fence. So, and now we're back up on the feet.
Both fighters throwing some kicks at each other from distance.
Trying to establish that range with her teeps there. Good counter inside leg kick there from Nicole, and a right hand.
Ripping over the top is the local fighter.
Just got a nod from Jackie after that one.
Thomas went a full 9 minutes back in October in her first win. Quick car crash in the center of the cage as the two separate once again. Some flashy instincts on both sides.
Quick hands from Nicole tonight, and Jackie. Deceivingly fast are both fighters.
I think they're both starting to establish their range here and starting to feel comfortable here.
20 seconds remain as a kick bellows down low for Fuga. Swung for the fences to close that one out. A little bit of a slower start than we're typically accustomed to, but both fighters looking good. Nicole Fuga using a little bit more striking than we've been used to in the past.
Yeah, that's something we haven't seen from her in the past. She did some good counters. Every time Jackie would throw that low inside leg kick, you saw Nicole counter over with that overhand. Joel, you can probably articulate this a little bit better than I can with you being the fighter here, so I'm going to let you take that part of that.
Yeah, I mean, both fighters were utilizing their strikes very well. Nicole was doing really well with those counters with the inside leg kick, catching her kicks, taking her down. But I feel like this next round, both fighters are going to be coming out and start landing their shots even more. Like I mentioned, I feel like they established their range now and are getting a little bit more comfortable.
Getting more comfortable, and we saw Jackie Thomas, especially at the end there, really go for the home run. It seems as though she's looking for maybe even a finishing blow, possibly coming into round two.
Oh, for sure. Seeing that right hand over the top come in as hard as she threw it, she's definitely looking for that. And I feel Nicole's like picking her shots to set up that heavy shot too. So, round two, here we go.
Looks like we got a little bit of spillage right near the broadcast booth. Dave Selystead waves off
Well, they missed it.
our man Mason Moyes.
Dave says it's fine. Let's go. We're fighting.
Hopefully no slipping and sliding over here near the broadcast booth as we kick off round two. Something of note on the scouting report for Nicole Fuga is that she bounces in and out of range effectively. You see it right there. She throws up top. Fuga, the more active fighter right now, Jason. I don't know if you're seeing that.
Oh, yeah, she's definitely more active, pushing the pace a little more, but Jackie just countered. She's definitely swinging for the fences, trying to end this night early.
I like that Nicole's staying moving the whole time, keeping her head moving, not keeping it stationary on the center line there. She's getting in and out with her strikes and her counters.
Thomas rips to the inside, able to back out. Nicole Fuga dropped her last couple in a row, but only to tough combatants Melody Schrock and Aaron Scheidt, two who have competed for fierce titles in the past couple of years.
It was a nice hard leg kick by Jackie Thomas.
Looked like she was starting to attack the calf down low.
Mixing up the weaponry well is Thomas. Bit offline on a couple of those, but the leg kick continues to be a constant for her.
Yep, she keeps going back down to that low calf kick.
You'll notice every time Jackie throws that overhand, she's following up with a spinning back fist. She's thrown that 2 or 3 times now tonight.
Thomas nearly threw off the balance of Fuga, able to get her footing back.
This will be a tough one for the judges to score tonight because not much action.
Ooh, good body kick there. It looked like it might have hurt Jackie there. She's backing up a little bit.
And she took a nice deep breath, and Fuga on the
Down is Thomas. Nicole Fuga seems to be back.
What a beautiful right hand that landed there. Put the lights out.
And that woke up the crowd tonight. Are you kidding me? What a punch. I think Nicole's in shock from that.
Out in a flash, Nicole Fuga. 2 years, no problem for her. She's going to come away with her first win since 2022.
Welcome back, Nicole.
Welcome back, Nicole. We got the KO in the second round there.
All right, we've got the replay ready, Joel. Let's go ahead and take it over to that.
Let's take a look here.
All right, let's go ahead and move over to the main card. Again, tickets on sale as well as the pay-per-view at fiercefightingchampionship.com. Kamuela Mamone.
I don't know if our
returns,
mics are hot, but that is definitely not the knockout. Looks as though we got it now.
Look, she comes in. She sets that up with the low kick. Notices that she's hurt and comes in with that overhand right.
I think she set it up with that body kick, as Joel touched on earlier. That body kick, Jackie took a deep breath right before that exchange.
Yeah, after that body kick, Jackie was now stationary. She backed up. Nicole sensed that, came in. A couple overhands, inside leg kick, a couple overhands, and landed the shot.
Thomas back up, seems to have her faculties in order. Quick embrace between the two, but what a finish by Nicole Fuga. Slow start, but flashes out of there and quite.
Got the crowd on their feet, Blake, with that one.
Yeah, guys, like I mentioned earlier, she was picking her shots patiently. She noticed he hurt her with that body shot and went in for the kill.
Sensational return for Nicole Fuga out of nowhere as well.
Impressive.
And all smiles out of the Agima fighter. Court McGee alongside Dana Ristazabal as well. Nicole Fuga had lost her last 2 in a row. Got to feel good to get her first win since June of 2022. And not only that, Joel, but her first win by knockout.
By knockout. Congratulations, Nicole.
Looks as though we are just about ready to make things official. We'll kick it inside with Jackson Hopes.
Fierce fans, referee Dave Selyuset has called a stop to this contest at 2 minutes and 8 seconds of the second round, declaring the winner by knockout, Nicole Fuga!
Nicole, it's been 2 years. Welcome back.
Thanks, man. It's been a long 2 years. I've been dreaming about this for 2 years.
Well, that was a great way to come back. Talk to me a little bit about the fight. The first round seemed to start off a little slow. Then in the second round, it looked like you caught her with a body kick. Did you see something there? Was there something there that set that finishing punch up with?
Yeah, so just watching film back on her, that's my main thing. I was just looking for that liver shot for reals. I've been practicing that in sparring, and I've gotten it on a couple of my teammates, and they've been like, man, that killer, if you get that, you're going to be great. So I was like, okay, that's what I'm planning for. I told my kids, and my kids are watching at home, and I was like, hey, I'm going to get her with that liver shot, and then I'm going to knock her out. And my kids are like, yeah, Mom, get her with the liver. So yeah, it's something that I've been working on for sure.
She landed it. So what's next for you now? Back in the winning column? Are you going to get back in the cage again?
Dude, I'm back in the cage. I'm back in the cage as long as Fierce will have me. My plan is to go pro, so if this is where I'm at, this is where I'm at, man. I'm for the long run.
We always like to have it back in the cage. Is there anybody you want to give a shout out to tonight?
Yeah, I've got to, first and foremost, my husband. I am so grateful for him. If I didn't have him, I would not be able to do this camp. He is my babysitter, my cook, my cleaner, everything. He drives the kids everywhere. He does everything for the kids. And so if I didn't have him, I wouldn't have been able to do this. My friends and family, everyone who's come out to support, everyone who's watching from home. You guys, we have people from New Zealand watching live stream because we have some amazing family all over the world. So I'm so grateful for everybody that is watching from home as well. I also have a couple of sponsors. I have Foundation Chiropractic. They've got a couple of offices, one in Orem, one in Lehigh. They are the ones who help me with my recovery, all my chiropractic work that I need. I also have Kotahi Construction. They are general contractors that do renovations, new builds, custom builds in the commercial, residential, and in the government sectors. I have Crispy Cuts in Orem, the barbershop in Orem. If you guys are in Provo, technically. If you guys are in the area, hit them up. They're amazing. I also I have my own tattooing company, Silverline Ink. We're looking for the good always and in always. So I thank you guys again. For all the fans, everyone that's here, thank you guys so much for your support. Fierce wouldn't be here without you guys, so thank you so much.
Congratulations on
Sorry, I can't forget my coaches. Seriously, without them and the environment that Agima creates in their gym, seriously, I've been blessed to be at Agima. If you have the opportunity to train at Agima, do it. The coaches are amazing. Teammates are amazing. We've even built a Warrior Women's of Agima. If you are looking to train, come to Warrior Women's classes Wednesdays at 6:30. We'd love to have you.
Awesome. Congratulations again on a phenomenal performance. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for your winner, Nicole Fuga.
Come on, check this out. Check this out.
Mike Jones is set to defend his title against John Poppy.
Can you believe what we are seeing?
I am speechless right now. This has been a great fight.
Maybe I'll fight Mike Jones. Where you at, bro?
The best main card we've ever had at Fierce Fighting Championship.
Anna Silva back in the win column.
Ready to be the next big thing out of Utah.
What a fight.
Dave Salyasteg calls it. Dante Morales. Roll credits for the middleweight champion. Scan the QR code on your screen right now for access to Fierce FC's digital program. Get the inside scoop on every fighter making the walk tonight, as well as additional information on future shows. So well spoken is Nicole Fuga. Great post-fight interview by her and a sensational effort as well.
Yeah, that was a phenomenal performance, and I love that she broke that finishing combination down because we touched on it, that she caught her with that liver shot.
Oh, absolutely.
And you saw her take a deep breath, and she pounced right on it. So, beautiful performance.
For anyone watching in New Zealand, it's great to have you here. We love having people all over the world watching Fierce Fighting Championship. As we continue on with a couple of welterweights waiting in the wings, we'll go to Jackson Hopes.
Fierce fans, our next fight of the evening is sponsored by Underground Farm. They strive to provide cutting-edge peptide solutions that enhance health and wellness. Underground Farm's mission is to make these innovative products accessible to researchers, ensuring purity, quality, and transparency in everything they offer. Driven by science, committed to your wellness at Underground Farm. Fierce fans, make some noise and welcome Spencer Hansen and then Dave Sorensen to the cage.
Smooth sailing into his first win last time out. Back once again is Spencer Hansen. Joel, 2 fights in, and tonight has another wrestling-heavy foe to go toe-to-toe with.
Yeah, he's looking to go 2-0 tonight. I'm excited for Spencer coming out tonight. He's going to do what he does best, and that's put on a show for us.
I actually do apologize. That graphic is incorrect. The record is 1-1 for Spencer Hansen. Lost his debut back in December of 2023, but got a dominant win in March of 2024, Jason.
Yeah, very dominant win. And, you know, I love seeing these Excite MMA guys in the cage. Carson Hartman's got something special down there in Lehigh.
Not only Carson Hartman, but also Mike Jones in there as well. A shaved face, but nonetheless, happy to have the pound-for-pound #1 fighter of Fierce Fighting Championship in a corner, also headlining in about a month from now. But Spencer Hansen, Jason, he weighed 209 pounds on Thanksgiving. He has turned things around in a flash, lost 39 pounds.
Yeah, you know I love seeing that. I love seeing these fighters that take their nutrition serious and getting in the cage, trimming up, looking nice and lean. If you can't get your nutrition right, you shouldn't be stepping in the cage.
Joel, a former Greco-Roman state champion wrestler, 2 for 2 on takedowns last March. 2 minutes and 58 seconds spent on top, accounting for 71% of the fight.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be a big factor here in tonight's fight. Is his wrestling. We all know he's going to wrestle. He's very good at wrestling. and we're definitely going to be seeing more of that tonight.
All right, sophomore walk ensues. Here is Dave Sorensen. Jason, a gritty debut, dented the record, but brought the fight to Dennis Bialy from start to finish.
Yeah, this guy's all grit. I know, don't let this record fool you. He's 0-1, getting back in here, trains out of Agema, so you know he's going to be prepared tonight. Quick turnaround for the corners of Dana Aristobal and Court McGee.
4 assignments for those 2 corners, and Dave Sorensen, Joel, he can catch you slipping at times. He nearly finished the debut with an armbar and a darce, more so saved by the bell outside of anything else, but as slick as can be when it comes to the jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, he's very slick on the ground. I was speaking with him a little bit in the back, and tonight he's really looking forward to experimenting with all of his tools in his toolbox, not just his jiu-jitsu. He's got some good striking in there. He's going to try to display a little bit more of that. But at the end of the night, he told me he's just going to go with the flow and do his thing out there.
Yeah, Jason, I wanted to talk about that. Grappling is certainly the path to the majority of his offense, but showed plenty of competency standing with Bialy as well.
Yeah, he showed a lot of confidence in his striking, and you know he's getting everything down at Agema. You know he's getting the striking. You know he's got the wrestling. This is a great matchup. I loved watching the weigh-ins last night. This is going to be a banger of a fight.
All right, let's see what jumps off the film between these 2 welterweights as we go to the tail of the tape. Brought to you by R&R Barbecue. 6 years senior as well as 2 inches taller is Sorensen. Sorensen did miss weight yesterday by 1 pound at 172. No problems for Spencer Hansen at 170 flat. Sorensen with a record of 0-1. Hansen with a record of 1-1. All right, back inside with a hot microphone. Here's Hoops.
Fierce fans, this fight is sponsored by Underground Farm. This fight is an amateur welterweight bout scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds. And when the fight begins, the referee in charge will be Dave Selyassed. Introducing the first fighter, fighting out of the blue corner, holding an amateur record of 1 win and 1 loss. He stands 5 feet 7 inches tall and weighed in at 170 pounds. Fighting out of Excite MMA, hailing from Lehigh, Utah. Fierce fans, make some noise for Spencer Hansen! And introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, holding an amateur record of 2 wins and 1 loss. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall and weighed in above the contracted weight at 172 pounds. Fighting out of Agema Jiu-Jitsu and MMA, hailing from Elk Ridge, Utah. Fierce fans, make some noise for Dave the Dad Sorensen!
Sophomore slate for Dave Sorensen, strapped in the red glove. Spencer Hansen, the dance partner, in the blue. This amateur welterweight bout is brought to you by Underground Farm. Optimize your performance, recovery, and overall well-being with advanced peptide solutions. Underground Farm, an official sponsor of Fierce FC. Some shiftiness shown as Spencer Hansen swings for the fences, connects, but a quick sprawl finds Hansen on the back of Sorensen.
A little faster start than our last fight.
Wild scramble as Sorensen looked to play a little bit of grappling. Now draped over the leg is Hansen. Back and forth we go in a merry-go-round, Joel.
Dave doing a really good job getting back up to his feet, but also utilizing his wrestling to wrestle back up with that single leg there, trying to finish that single. Throws a knee to the breadbasket there and then separates.
Dave Sorensen, an esteemed wrestler, placing 3rd and 2nd in state consecutive years back in the day, but Spencer Hansen right now being the aggressor as he mats Sorensen back in the center of the cage.
Nice takedown and pass.
Sorensen looking really good tonight. That right hand's finding a home early, setting up his shots perfectly for his wrestling as well.
Hansen the aggressor. Sorensen eats a knee, but immediately goes back to his own takedown. I wish we had some live stats right now. I bet there's about 4 or 5 takedowns already, fellas. Not even 90 seconds in.
Yeah, they've been scrambling.
No regard for the gas tank.
Sorensen doing a good job staying on top, looking at controlling his legs there.
Back to the feet they go.
Nice lat drop there done by David Sorensen.
Right back up to the feet is Hansen, and it seems like both guys are just shooting immediately back up, Jason.
Yeah, they are. Great stand-up. Looks like Sorensen's got a body lock here right now. Very even.
I was going to say, their wrestling is kind of countering each other there.
Spencer Hansen blitzes inside as Sorensen invests back to the body.
Hansen's right hand keeps landing, keeps touching him with it every time he comes in.
Sorensen landed one right down the middle.
And with a lat drop from Hansen, that was beautiful.
Another wild takedown. The exchange falls to Hansen as he finds himself over the top of the Provo fighter. About 15 seconds to go in the first frame.
Sorry, excuse me.
No, go ahead, Jason.
I was going to say, very fast-paced first round.
So 3 minutes in, going to be very interesting to see the state of each gas tank given the amount of output we had. Joel, your thoughts?
Yeah, that was a lot of wrestling there done there in that first round. Both guys still look pretty good. They don't look too gassed out yet. I'm definitely gassed out watching. But we'll see what this round 2 brings. I think I think Hansen's going to come out and start touching him up a little bit since he's been landing that right hand on throughout the first round. You see Court McGee giving David some good advice there in his corner. Looks like he wants him to throw a little bit more than just one punch. I would agree with that as well. But yeah, I feel like both guys wrestling is doing really well for each guy right now.
Yeah, Jason, in regards to Dave Sorensen, that overhand right to the takedown was etched into his muscle memory. Found success time after time. Seems to be doing more of the same here, but right now it seems like a toss-up as to who came out in that round.
Yeah, super close round. Both very competitive. Both fighters having takedowns. Both fighters getting up. I thought maybe Hansen landed a few more shots with that overhand, but very competitive first round, and both fighters look fresh coming into the second round.
Spencer Hansen 2 for 2 on takedowns in his last bout. As for Dave Sorensen, he was 4 for 6. Right back into it again as Sorensen concedes to the bottom.
Yeah, it looked like Sorensen was trying to do a lateral drop there, and it backfired on him, unfortunately. But doing a really good job at trying to wrestle up with that single leg. Not trying to take too much damage here.
Hansen works best in these claustrophobic confines. Still laying down some pressure as he puts Sorensen back to the center of the cage once again.
Yeah, I feel like you nailed that, Blake. It feels like right now Hansen is just a little bit better in these scrambles. He's getting the better of Sorensen right now. Not that Sorensen's doing anything wrong. I just feel like Hansen right now is just one step ahead in these scrambles.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. I feel like he's just one step ahead of him.
Still over top is the Excite MMA fighter. Some steady output in terms of the strikes as well as the submission threat. Sorensen's corner pleading for him to get right back up. Not as much activity when it comes to being matted like we saw in the first frame, Joel.
Yeah, Hansen's doing a really good job at controlling him while Sorensen's in turtle position here. He's doing a good job at controlling the wrists as well when he wants to start landing shots. Sorensen back up on his feet, looking for a switch. Unfortunately, didn't pan out.
Right now, Hansen's just smothering him. This fight might get stopped here.
More of the same, very similar to what we saw versus Arjan Jerome, just more so tiring out the competition, and Spencer Hansen starting to roll downhill.
Just overwhelming volume of punches right now by Spencer Hansen.
That is it. Dave Selyusted calls it. Spencer Hansen one step ahead in his third ever MMA fight.
Yeah, what a good job from Hansen there. Like I mentioned earlier, doing a really good job at controlling the wrists there while he's landing shots, so it's harder for Sorensen to cover up from those. But yeah, I feel like Hansen's wrestling was just one step ahead of Sorensen's, and it paid off for him well tonight.
You see the approval from Mike Jones, Spencer Hansen stoic in the victory, but fighter and coach talking back and forth a little bit. An outstanding performance by Spencer Hansen. That's 2 in a row now for him. Started out 1-0 with a loss in the debut, but now seems to be quite dominant and coming into his own as well, Joel.
Now he's picking up that momentum, Blake. He's picking up that momentum.
Another second round TKO for Spencer Hansen. As for Dave Sorensen, another valiant effort, very similar to like we saw in that first fight, but unfortunately comes out on the short side. Wasn't finished against Dennis Bialy, finished here tonight, but nonetheless looked quite good, especially in that first round.
He's going to be back. He's going to bounce back from this. He's going to get better, and can't wait to see him back in.
2 fights in, 7 still to go. A couple more here on these prelims. Some fantastic fights still to come, particularly the main event, Julian Ruiz and Abijah Meheula, as well as many more. But for right now, we got to make this one official. Let's go to Jackson Hopes.
Fierce fans, referee Dave Celia said it's called a stop to this contest at 1 minute and 50 seconds of the second round, declaring the winner by TKO, Spencer Hansen.
Spencer Hansen. Congratulations. Hello, are we on? Where's my mic? My mic. Can we turn the mic on? There we go. All right, we got our mic on. All right, Spencer. Now we're ready. Spencer, 2-fight winning streak now. You come in here, get a dominant performance. How you feeling tonight?
A little tired, but good.
You didn't look like you were tired over there in that first round. You looked like you were good. You guys had some good scrambling exchanges. What was it that got you that finish in that second round?
Well, we just came in here and did what we know how to do, I guess. My coach has really just helped me. They said just dig deep, so drag him into the deep water. We didn't really get there, but we were headed there.
Well, you got the finish, 2-fight win streak. What's next for you?
We're going to try to stay this size for as long as possible. So maybe the next time we take a fight, it won't be so brutal getting down to here, but probably fight again here whenever they drag me out.
I'd love to hear it. Any sponsors you want to give a shout out to?
Excite MMA. Train with them. They freaking awesome, man. Love training with Carson and Mike and really everybody that's in MMA in Utah. They're fantastic. You go any gym you want, roll. Everybody's so freaking nice. It's amazing.
Well, we can't wait to see you back in the cage, and then congratulations on the dominant performance, brother. Thank you, sir. Spencer Hansen, everybody.
Hi, I'm Jason LaPorte, Fierce Fighting Championship commentator and General Sales Manager at Performance Honda in Bonneville. We are the fastest growing Honda dealership in the state, and we have one of the largest certified pre-owned inventories in the state of Utah. Our service department has master technicians with over 100 years experience collectively.
Bienvenidos a Performance Honda Bonneville, donde los atendemos en español y les ponemos una sonrisa todos los días.
Visit us at 2215 South 500 West or performancehondabonneville.com.
Hey Fierce fans, Kimball Davis here with Prime Labs. We are now the official lab testing partner for all of Fierce Fighting Championships fighters. We provide a combat trio for all fighters across the Wasatch Front, as well as if you want to get in the best shape like one of your favorite fighters, we provide many comprehensive blood panels. All you have to do is click on the link or text 385-645-7400.
Whether you're a fighter or just someone that wants to take charge of their own care and looking to address a lack of sleep, fat gain, or even muscle growth, Prime Labs has different panels for all financial situations. So please shoot us a text at 385-645-7400, scan the QR code, or please go to the website and come check us out.
Two fights down, 2 still to go. Asia Negron, Virginia Rodriguez. Gonna be a good one. Both fighters coming off of a loss. We're very excited to see which one can crawl out of the win column as we will kick it back inside to Jackson Hopes.
Fierce. Fierce fans, our next fight of the evening is sponsored by Meterworks, as a company that focuses on the business of water and solving utilities' water metering needs. Meterworks makes data actionable using effective software and hardware tools that are interconnected by a smart network. With expertise and experience to support it, they save time, labor, water, and money through their innovative AMR and AMI systems. To set up a free demo and to put information into action, contact Meterworks. Fierce fans, make some noise and welcome Virginia Rodriguez and then Asia Negron to the cage.
No cage time in 2024, but an early walk in 25 presents for Virginia Rodriguez. Jason, a fighter who is always up for the toughest test, never faced an opponent with a recorded loss in her career.
Yeah, she always fights the best of the best. She's coming up from Idaho. You see her her training partner in her corner, Jackie Thomas, who was fighting earlier, walking into the cage with her tonight. This is another good fight. I can't wait to see it.
Virginia Rodriguez made her MMA debut at 37 years old. She won her debut back in 2022. She'll be 40 a week from today, but still going strong as she heads into her fourth MMA fight, Joel.
Boy, well, happy early birthday. I'm excited to call her fight tonight. We're gonna see two hungry fighters to get that win tonight, and we're gonna see some fireworks. I can't wait.
Virginia Rodriguez, she was rocking some Raiders gear at weigh-ins. I'm curious if she's happy about the Pete Carroll edition.
Yeah, I was just saying that's a good addition, and I saw all of her fans in there. There's about 10 people out there in the waiting area, all with Raiders jackets and shirts on. So I'm assuming they were all here for her.
We'll have to chat with her maybe a little bit about that sometime in the near future. But right now, all eyes are focused in on Asia Negron. Getting back into the cycle of competition, here is Asia Negron. Jason, not the way she wanted things to go in June, but certainly some success on the feet versus Melody Schrock.
Yeah, she had a lot of success on her feet against Melody Schrock. She looked really good. Asia's somebody that I know really well. I actually was her nutrition coach a couple years ago. I loved seeing her. She looks in good shape tonight. Excited to see her back in the cage.
Asia Negron nearing 8 years as an MMA fighter. Her debut was in June of 2017 at just 19 years old. Joel, she's becoming a veteran of this thing.
Yeah, she's getting better with each fight that she takes, and I'm excited to see the improvements that she's made throughout this camp. She comes from Empire MMA down in Cedar City, so that's another good camp down there. So I'm excited to see what she brings to the table tonight.
So Jason, we've seen back-to-back second-round finishes. 5 of her 6 MMA bouts have ended in the first round. Might want to take the under on this one.
Yeah, I'm not a I'm not a betting man, so I'm not going to bet any unders on this fight, Blake.
Asia Negron, near 6 years since her last win. We'll see if she can shake that streak of losses here tonight. Let's go ahead and look at these two fighters side by side. Amateur featherweight bout between Asia Negron and Virginia Rodriguez. Largest age discrepancy on this card. 13-year age gap between Rodriguez and Negron. 3 inches taller also sides by the Cedar City fighter. Identical in weight at 144.5 pounds last night. Negron with a record of 2-4. Rodriguez with a record of 1-2. Good one at 145 pounds, ready to get us started. We'll kick it back inside to the man in the blue suit, Jackson Hopes.
Fierce fans, this fight is sponsored by Meterworks. This fight is an amateur featherweight bout scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds. And when the fight begins, the referee in charge will be Dave Selyusted. Introducing the first fighter, fighting out of the blue corner, holding an amateur record of 1 win and 2 losses. She stands 5 feet 5 inches tall and weighed in at 144.5 pounds. Fighting out of Team No Excuse MMA Idaho, hailing from Caldwell, Idaho. Fierce fans, make some noise for Virginia Rodriguez. And introducing her opponent, fighting out of the red corner, holding an amateur record of 2 wins and 4 losses. She stands 5 feet 8 inches tall and weighing at 144 1/2 pounds. Fighting out of Empire MMA, hailing from Cedar City, Utah. Fierce fans, make some noise for Asia Negron.
Asia Negron back once again, sporting the red gloves. Virginia Rodriguez responds in the blue. This amateur featherweight bout is brought to you by Meterworks, focusing on the business of water and solving your water metering needs. Meterworks, an official sponsor of Fierce FC. Negron competed for a title back in June of last year.
No glove touch.
I like how aggressive Asia comes out right out of the gate, takes control of the cage.
A little low there.
Quick low blow. No call by Dave Sully. Instead, we play on here in the center of the cage.
Virginia's all business tonight.
First fight for Rodriguez since October of 2023.
Asia's striking looks phenomenal tonight.
Yeah, she looks really good with her strikes.
Rodriguez with a strong base, able to keep her footing as Negron continues to fire up top.
Yeah, that length is giving Rodriguez a little bit of problem.
It's giving her a problem, but at the same time, like she's doing a good job of parrying her Asia's shots, and she's also answering back with some of her own, which is really good. Like to see her keep that chin down just a little bit. That right hand keeps snapping her head back, but she's doing well. She's doing well.
Style points certainly side to Negron right now. Smooth in every exchange right now, Jason.
Yeah, her striking looks phenomenal tonight. This is the best I've seen her look with her striking, picking her shots beautifully, moving really well.
She's like a sniper with that right hand.
Yes, she is. And getting out of the way of Rodriguez's. She's causing Rodriguez some trouble with that length.
Another
Good
cracking leg kick lands. Gets a couple oohs and ahs from the crowd as well.
You can see Virginia's leg getting red from those kicks landing so far.
Rodriguez converged upstairs. Negron privy to it.
Here, Asia's corner sitting right next to me. They want her to push Rodriguez up against the cage.
Joel, your thought on that analysis?
You know, I feel like Asia's doing a good job right now. I feel like she's controlling the cage. She does have her opponent up against the fence a little bit. But you know, Asia's doing good picking her shots. Her shots are landing. Whatever she throws, she's landing. And you know, I feel like right now she's in control of the fight.
Swinging back and forth are the two. Right now, a little bit more success falls to Negron. Final 10 seconds, round one.
Good head position there from Asia.
Make some noise for round one.
So an abundant array of striking attacks by Asia Negron kicks off the first frame. Interested to see what minutes 3 through 6 look like. But right now, Jason, like you said, the best she's ever looked.
Yeah, I thought she looked really good in that first round. I was going to say, I was wondering if, you know, the age would play an effect. Rodriguez only being almost 40 years old. She's standing in the corner. She's like, I'm not tired. I can hang with these young ladies tonight.
Both these ladies looking fresh, in shape.
Asia Negron 2-0 versus fighters with upside-down records, 1-2 at featherweight. One of those losses was to ADCC world champion Amy Campo.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that at all.
Asia Negron out of Empire MMA in Cedar City. Again, she's lost her last 4 in a row, looking to get that first win in nearly 6 years. But right now, all seems to be going according to plan. Attentive in the corner alongside Steve Ergel. Long 3.5 hour drive up from Cedar City. Interested to see how she fares here in frame number 2.
Rodriguez's left leg has got some markings on it, and that left thigh.
Yeah, those leg kicks are doing some damage.
Active early is Rodriguez, aims upstairs. Negron matches it. Quick combination as Negron pounces. Met by pressure, clipped on the chin. Asia Negron trying to run away with this one in round 2.
And Rodriguez is a dog. She's pushing her up against the cage. She's not going anywhere.
Nope.
She ate some big shots there and just turned Negron right up against the fence.
Nice job from Asia there, switching the position there.
Rodriguez got a little mouse under her left eye now.
Quite the firefight to start off round 2. It looked as though Negron connected on the chin cleanly a couple of times.
Yeah, she did. And Rodriguez, like I said, pushed her right up against the cage. And there's no quitting Rodriguez tonight. She could end up taking the back here. If I'm Negron, I'm going to separate here and just start throwing some more strikes.
Oh, totally.
Huge advantage there.
Absolutely.
About a minute 15 passed here in round number 2 of a possible 3.
Looks like Rodriguez is cut underneath that left eye there.
Yeah, she's got a nice little mouse under there.
Fighting for position. Right at the point of the gloves are the 2 featherweights. Negron peppers one in.
Nice control here, though, up against the fence.
Rodriguez is trying to...
She's trying to hip toss her there.
Strong base by Negron, unable to move her. Separated are the 2 back to the center of the glow pop cage. Stiff leg kick lands for Rodriguez.
You can see Steve Ergo in Asia's corner saying he wants it to stalk her.
Some bruising populating underneath that left eye of Rodriguez. Negron bids for the uppercut.
Rodriguez just clipped Asia coming in.
Saw the right hook there, Jason.
A couple deep breaths from Rodriguez now as she backs up.
Asia trying to find her groove again. Goes back to that low kick there.
And that one stung.
That one did sting a little bit.
Still in that orthodox stance is Rodriguez. As tough as can be. Just about 15 seconds remaining here in round 2.
We were on a roll, and second round finishes. We've got about 10 seconds left to keep this roll going.
Nice job here with these ladies going back and forth.
So Virginia Rodriguez met with a lot of offense to start off the round, but still well within it, Jason, by no means slowing down.
She's not out of the fight. She's not slowing down. She's in the fight. She took some big shots from Asia. Asia just quite hasn't put enough together to finish her tonight.
Joel, your thoughts on Virginia Rodriguez and that performance in round 2?
You know, she's doing really well. She did get caught. I still think she's in this fight for sure. But going into this third round, she's going to have to make something happen. You know, she's got that cut underneath her left eye. Shout out to Sam Gaffney working the cut tonight. You know, I think if she can keep her movement and not stay stationary and get picked apart with Asia's shots, I think she can have some more success here. Maybe even take it down to the ground.
Could possibly see that. Could possibly see it continue to stand. But Virginia Rodriguez, a deep cut underneath that left eye, has not seemed to hinder the performance thus far as we head into third and final round here at 145 pounds. Still a spring in the step of Negron as she opens up with a feinted leg kick.
Staying patient as Asia.
Just cutting the cage off.
Doing a good job of cutting her off. Hard leg kick to answer, and another one.
and really seeing a lot of discoloration on that left thigh of Rodriguez.
It almost looks like she's bleeding on the leg there from those kicks.
Tough to see as the bruising continues to pile up, but still moving on it very well, Jason.
Oh yeah, she's moving really well. She's showing no signs of fatigue. She's still throwing shots back. She's not giving this fight to Asia at all.
Definitely not.
Negron went for the kill shot just moments ago. Got a couple of oohs and ahs, but a bit offline. Rodriguez matches the output. Another piercing leg kick lands for Negron.
Rodriguez switching stances on us. Going back to orthodox. And gets clipped with a good head kick there from Asia.
Peeking head kick. Gets the crowd out of their seats. Jason, that was a big one.
Yeah, Rodriguez just ate that too. There's that right hand again from Asia.
Rodriguez back in her southpaw stance and switches back.
Closing the distance now. What was ordered by the corner. Negron now possibly initiating a little bit of grappling. South of 60 seconds to go here in this one. Might see scorecards for the first time in 2025.
I'd like to see Rodriguez switch the position on Asia here and put her up against the fence and utilize that underhook she has.
And Jason, just seeing this performance by Asia Negron, we see why so many people thought she would have a very good chance against someone like Melody Schrock. The striking has been sensational.
Yeah, it's been phenomenal tonight.
Both ladies staying busy in the clinch here.
Final seconds, looks like we will refer to the judges here in this one. 9 minutes up, 9 minutes down. Toughness displayed on both sides. Be interested to see how things turn out. Joel, it seems as though Asia Negron got it done, but a very valiant effort by Rodriguez to stay in this one. Chin was tested multiple times.
1,000% there, Blake. She ate a head kick from Asia, didn't seem to phase her. Ate a few right hands. She was still returning fire. But I do believe Asia did run away with the win on this one with a dominant performance. But good fight from both ladies here.
She just jumped out of frame, but all smiles and also dancing a little bit after the fight. Seems fresh as can be. Could go another couple, Jason.
Hey, I got to give a huge shout out to Virginia Rodriguez. It's not easy stepping in the cage at all, but at almost 40 years old, stepping in the cage, leaving it all in the cage. I got to give a huge props to Rodriguez. That's impressive. Look at her. She's all smiles. She might not get the victory tonight, but that was impressive.
40 a week from today, all smiles as she goes and embraces the entire team over at Empire MMA. Asia Negron, quite respectful between the two, but it seems as though we are getting the official scorecards from the judges. Team No Excuse out of Nampa, Idaho, Jackie Thomas. We saw her earlier on tonight. Virginia Rodriguez as well. We'll see how things fare for them. Scorecards in hand. Jackson Hoops just gave me the nod, so with that, we'll go to him.
Fierce fans, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. All 3 judges score this contest 30-27, declaring the winner by unanimous decision, Asia Negron.
Ready? Got your mouthpiece out? All right, let's face this.
Oh, yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here with your winner, Asia. Welcome back to the winner's circle. How does it feel?
Feels great.
So that was a tough fight. She stood in there. She kept fighting back. Did you think you were going to be able to finish her tonight, or did you think it was going to go to decision?
I was really hoping to finish her tonight, but she's tough as hell.
Yeah, she kept coming. She ate some big shots from me. You actually landed a big head kick there. I believe it was in the second round. Did you think it might have been finished after that one?
No, she kept coming. I hit that kick, and she immediately was like, oh, no. She was ready to get her get back.
So you're back in the win column now. What's next for you?
Well, I want to fight at 135. That's where my home is. I've just been fighting at 45 more because that's what's available. So I'm hoping to drop down back to 35, start fighting my home division again. So.
Okay, that was a phenomenal performance, phenomenal striking from you tonight. Is there any sponsors you want to give thanks to?
Absolutely. They're all on that T-shirt right there. So we got $5 Pizza, Michelle's Realtor. We got Solstice Salon, Swole Mate, Empire, of course, TMS Trees, Crazy Storm, and then also Swole Crate. Thank you guys all for sponsoring me and supporting me. For all my people back home who support me and help me, thank you so much. Thank you, thank you.
Congratulations again, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for your winner, Asia Negron.
FST. Who is FST filtration? What is FST filtration? You see, FST is more than a filter company just trying to be cool. FST is a solution-based company in the heart of Utah, where hard work is embedded in its roots, and providing superior indoor air quality is our mission. FST has risen to the challenges that everyday people face. As new challenges present themselves, we too shall rise to the occasion. Manufacturing is the backbone of America, and our employees are the backbone of FST. So when choosing your next filter for your home or building, don't choose any filter. Choose FST. Small business, family owned, since 2001.
Hi, I'm Jason Laporte, Fierce Fighting Championship commentator and general sales manager at Performance Honda in Bountiful. We are the fastest growing Honda dealership in the state, and we have one of the largest certified pre-owned inventories in the state of Utah. Our service department has master technicians with over 100 years experience collectively.
Bienvenidos a Performance Honda Bountiful, donde los atendemos en español y les ponemos una sonrisa todos los días.
Visit us at 2215 South 500 West or performancehondabountiful.com.
Scan the QR code on your screen right now for access to Fierce FC's digital program. Get the inside scoop on every fighter making the walk tonight, as well as additional information on future shows. Blake O'Ruling alongside Joel Haro. Jason Laporte had to step aside for just a second, so a two-man booth up until he gets back. But Joel, very interesting. Asia Negron back to 135 pounds. Your thoughts on it?
I would love to see her back at 135 pounds. She had some really good performances there before, and even though she did look good tonight at featherweight, but like she said, bantamweight is her home, and I would love to see her fight again after 35.
How about we keep it at 135 pounds? Nico Broswell alongside Zarek Moshed. We'll kick it inside to them to headline the prelims.
Fierce fans, our final fight of the preliminary card is sponsored by Prime Labs. Located in South Jordan, Utah, Prime Labs conducts fighter blood testing and includes a combat trio panel with the same day to 48-hour turnaround, as well as any individual test at discounted costs for all fighters. If you or anyone you know needs blood work for any reason at all, they provide various panels with affordable pricing that can't be beat at Prime Labs. Fierce fans, make some noise and welcome Zarek Moshed and then Nico Broswell to the cage.
All right, first time ever enter Zarek Moshed. Joel signed on just 8 days ago after a last-minute drop-off. Not a lot of time to steep over the tall task at hand.
Yeah, short notice fight, but he looks more prepared and ready to take on Nico tonight. I'm excited to see what Zarek brings to the cage tonight.
Zarek Moshed out of Premier Martial Arts began training at 10 years old. Jason always wanted that chance to test his skills. He gets to do so right now.
This is what I love about the amateur MMA fights. You get to see these guys test their skills, something that they've been training for all their life, and now they get to lay it all on the line here tonight in the cage.
Trained numerous martial arts for north of a decade. Has some kickboxing miles on him as well. Might see a little bit of striking. Interested to see where the grappling holds up against a guy like Nico Broswell.
Yeah, I'm excited to see where that holds up with Nico's wrestling. Nico's a talented wrestler, and we're going to see some exciting performances tonight.
All right, he became a new name worth tracking last year. Here is Nico Broswell. Jason, a dead-eye debut back in February. The question is, can he continue that trend in 2025?
He just got quite the pop coming out here tonight. This is the loudest I've heard it in here tonight. He made an amateur debut. He's 1-0 coming out of a Gima fight. This is going to be a good fight tonight. He's going to have his hands full with this debut fighter because he doesn't know what to expect. He doesn't have anything to look back to and see, hey, what does this guy do? What does he not do?
Joel, his debut went the way it was forecasted. Control time summed up to 7 minutes and 1 second, accounting for 78% of the fight.
Yeah, I spoke to Nico in the back tonight before the fight started. Talked to him a little bit about this fight, and he's like, I'm going to go out there. I'm not going to worry about what he's going to do. I know he's got experience in different martial arts, but he's going to go in there and do what he does best. And if he has to wrestle tonight, he's confident in his wrestling. He's going to mix it up tonight. He wants to mix it up with his striking. So we're going to see some fireworks tonight with this fight, either way.
All right, let's go ahead and see what flies out the film at this 140-pound catchweight bout. Nico Broswell, Zarek Mosed. Broswell, 2-year senior. The height edge flies by way of Mosed. Both fighters making it well under that 140-pound rim. 1-0 the record for Broswell. Debut time for Mosed in a matter of moments.
Fans, this fight is sponsored by Prime Labs. This fight is an amateur 140-pound catchweight bout scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds, and when the fight begins, the referee in charge will be Dave Selyusted. Introducing the first fighter, fighting out of the blue corner, making his amateur debut. He stands 5 feet 5 inches tall and weighed in at 138 pounds. Fighting out of Premier Martial Arts and Koga Yamabushi Ryo Ninjutsu, hailing from Provo, Utah, by way of Europe. Fierce fans, make some noise for Zarek Mosed! And introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, holding an undefeated amateur record of 1 win and 0 losses. He stands 5 feet 4 inches tall and weighed in at 138 1/2 pounds. Fighting out of Agima Jiu-Jitsu and MMA, hailing from Provo, Utah, by way of Chandler, Arizona. Fierce fans, make some noise for Nico Broswell.
Fan favorite Nico Broswell rocking the red gloves. Debut time for Zarek Mosed in the blue gloves. This 140-pound catchweight bout is brought to you by Prime Labs, providing fighter blood testing with a same-day to 48-hour turnaround at a discounted price. Call today at 385-645-7400. Prime Labs, an official sponsor of Fierce FC.
Heavy leg kick from Zarek to open up the fight.
Broswell answers back with a teep kick. Explosive as can be is Mosed.
Mosed not looking like a debuter right now.
Straight into the grappling, as we would have suspected to see. Broswell bullying up top.
Broswell doing a good job of maintaining top control here. Peppering him up with some shots to the body.
Heavy on top, heavy pressure.
Nico's got some heavy pressure.
Kind of looks like me in jiu-jitsu.
I don't know about that, but that's all right. That's all right.
Nico Broswell took 11 seconds to mount Elisa Kamaunu right back into his A game as we see the 2-time state qualifier out of Arizona going to work. Zarek was a firecracker coming out, though, Jason.
Yeah, he was. I was going to say, he does not look like a debuter. He threw a hard leg kick and probably looked a little too comfortable on his feet, and Nico said, yeah, we're going to take this to the ground.
Nico doing a good job, looking to cause some damage here. Looking for the neck.
seems to be tied.
And it is. There's the tap.
Nico Broswell pulls off the shutout in the sophomore slate. Sensational performance by him. Going to move to 2-0. Win exactly according to plan, Jason.
Mark Nico Broswell's name on list of prospects to watch. This kid's...
Decibels rise when Nico Broswell gets the win. What a way to close out the prelims. Nico Broswell seems to be a problem at 135 pounds.
Man, what a performance from Nico. What a performance. Fan favorite. Packed the house with his fans here. If only you guys could hear his name being chanted here in the arena tonight.
A shutout in Salt Lake City. Nico Broswell comes away with the win. Zarek Mosed, though, very, very exciting prospect as well. Wasn't sure how the debut was going to look for a guy like him, but comes away, I think his stock raises as well, Joel.
Oh, absolutely. He came out very confident, was ready to trade with Nico, give him a heavy leg kick. But, you know, back to the drawing board. That's the best thing about the amateur ranks in your debut. Get all the experience you need.
All right, back to the center of the cage we go. Here's Hopes.
Fierce fans, referee Dave Selya said it's called a stop to this contest at 1 minute and 17 seconds of the very first round, declaring the winner by submission due to rear naked choke, Nico Broswell.
Nico, you brought some fans here tonight, man.
I've got the best fans in the world. That was awesome.
Yeah, that was a quick fight, dominant performance. What did you expect coming in here tonight against a debut opponent?
Well, first shout out to this guy. He got called last week to come fight, so I appreciate him stepping up. So give him a round of applause. That's tough to do. Anyone that steps in this cage, that takes some balls, so good job, dude. I didn't know what to expect. I mean, that leg kick came out, I was like, oh crap, like I better be ready. So he punched a lot harder and kicked a lot harder than I thought, but it was awesome.
Yeah, quick finish tonight, 2-0 now. What's next for you?
Just keep working, get back in the gym, and you know, we're still ground zero.
I can't wait to see you back in the cage, man. Is there anybody you want to give a shout out to tonight?
Oh, my coaches, my family, if my mom's watching, thanks mom for watching, but I've got great sponsors, I've got the best fans, so thanks for all coming out.
Give it up for your winner, Nico Broswell.
Mike Jones is set to defend his title against John Poppy.
Can you believe what we are seeing?
I am speechless right now. This has been a great fight.
Maybe I'll fight Mike Jones. Where you at, bro?
The best main card we've ever had at Fierce Fighting Championship.
Anna Silva back in the win column.
What a fight.
Dave Selya calls it. Dante Morales. Roll credits for the middleweight champion. All right, some big-time belts on the line in a matter of minutes, but right now you can see the stakes of every matchup set to take place on this main card from the Damage Plan MMA podcast. You're watching Fierce Fighting Championship 37, presented by R&R Barbecue. Back inside the Masonic Temple with titles to be crowned, this is Fierce Fighting Championship 37, presented by R&R Barbecue. Welcome everyone to the main card. Blake O'Rulian alongside Jason Laporte. Jason, any specific fight you're most looking forward to? We were just saying this main card is special.
Yeah, this is a stacked main card. I touched on it earlier. Don't blink when any one of the Mamone brothers get on, and we're going to start off this main card right now with Mamone and Morgan Colledge. That was one that I had marked on there. Obviously, David Kim, Lance Regimbal, and then, of course, Julian Ruiz and Abijah Meheula. Man, what a stacked card. This whole main card, this whole card's been great.
Whole card's been great. Main card looks to deliver in a similar fashion. With that, we've got Mamone and Morgan Colledge ready to go. We'll kick it inside to Jackson Opes to start things off.
Fierce fans, welcome to the main card. Although this is Fierce Fighting Championship 37, when you include 13 Challenger Series events, it actually makes this event the 50th for Fierce Fighting Championship. So I'm going to need Cody Bunderson and Zach Partridge right here to stand and be recognized. Fierce fans, for Cody Bunderson, Zach Partridge, and the rest of the Fierce Fighting Championship crew, put your hands together and make some noise! I love these guys. Thank you guys. Fierce Fighting Championship number 50. Now let's keep this thing going. Fierce fans, welcome to the main card. Our next fight of the evening is sponsored by Rockwell Watches. Born out of a need for commitment to redefine a style, devote themselves to quality, and remain loyal to those they surround themselves with, Rockwell Watches reveal a life of uncompromising style, action, and confidence, fueled by the weight on your wrist and the story you have to tell. They sincerely hope your Rockwell watch serves as a reminder of a time when you could proudly say, "Watch me." They don't just tell time, they tell a story at Rockwell Watches. Fierce fans, make some noise and welcome the first two fighters on the main card, Morgan Colledge and then Kamuela Mamone to the cage.
Well, he's won 2 in a row in no time at all, so a quick return was in order for Morgan Colledge. Jason, he got back into competition in 2023 and has won 3 of his last 4. A transformation has certainly taken place for the fighter out of St. George.
Yeah, this kid's got all the tools. He's got striking. He's got submissions. He's good everywhere. You said you touched on it. He won 3 of his last 4. He was really close to winning 4 out of his last 4, coming back there and ended up getting clipped in his first fight back after a while. This guy's a fighter to be watched.
Morgan Colledge, the fastest turnaround of his career at just 2.5 months. It was a 51-second TKO of Lars Wittenberger in November on 24 hours notice that sent him into this fight. But he has been sensational in this return to the sport of MMA. 51 seconds, and when you combine his last 2 wins in a row, only 3 minutes and 20 seconds of total cage time.
Yeah, very well-rounded is Morgan Colledge. I love watching this kid fight. He's another one of those blue-chip prospects that we talk about here in Utah MMA.
Morgan Colledge, alongside his fiance and former Fierce FC strawweight champion Hannah Silva, as always a pillar of his corner alongside his brother Brody. They'll be right back here next month for Hannah at Fierce Fighting Championship 38. She's making her return as well.
I always love watching Hannah back in the cage. It's always one of my favorite post-fight interviews to do is always with Hannah Silva.
Morgan Colledge, he's won 2 in a row, has not been able to couple his wins since 2017, but again, seems to have hit a new stride. Also, 1-0 at lightweight, says he feels better when he's been up weight classes versus depleting himself trying to make bantamweight earlier on in his career.
I like these guys figuring that out early on in their careers versus waiting until they get to the big leagues to figure that stuff out and getting his weight dialed in, figuring out what feels good for him, where he feels great at. Good to see.
A dozen walks for Morgan Colledge at this point. He made his debut at 18 years old, now 25 years of age, blossoming into the fighter that he is. All right, it's become a tradition at this point to lay out during the Kamuela Mamone walkout. Back with his Hawaiian style in Salt Lake is Kamuela Mamone. Jason, a secure stage is all he needs to get back to his winning ways. A special talent we didn't get to see much of back in June.
Yeah, we didn't get to see it back in June. I want to see how this plays into effect. You know, what happened back in June, freak accident that happened last time he was in the cage. I wonder if that's going to play into his mindset coming into this fight tonight.
Kamuela Mamone, a new frame for him. His first time making it inside the confines of 155 pounds since February of 2020. Interested in that as well.
Yeah, very interesting. This is one of these fights that any other night, this fight could be headlining a card. This is a great fight.
Fantastic fight for Kamuela Mamone. His brother Ricky defends his title later on tonight at 145 pounds. Let's go ahead and pull up that tail of the tape, brought to you by R&R Barbecue for this amateur lightweight bout. Kamuela Mamone on one side, Morgan Colledge to face off on the other. 1 year senior is Mamone, 1 inch taller is Colledge. Both fighters tipping well under the lightweight rim of 155 pounds. 4-2 and 1 no contest for Kamuela Mamone. 5-6 on the other side of the cage for Morgan Colledge.
Fierce fans, this fight is sponsored by Rockwell Watches. This fight is an amateur lightweight bout scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds, and when the fight begins, the referee in charge will be Dave Selyusted. Introducing the first fighter, fighting out of the blue corner, holding an amateur record of 5 wins and 6 losses. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall and weighed in at 154 1/2 pounds. Fighting out of St. George, MMA, hailing from St. George, Utah. Fierce fans, make some noise for Morgan Colledge. And introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, holding an amateur record of 4 wins, 2 losses, and 1 no contest. He stands 5 feet 8 inches tall and weighed in at 152 1/2 pounds. Fighting out of Iron Monster Factory, hailing from Panaiva, Hawaii. Fierce fans, make some noise for Kamuela Mamone.
Feel for Kamuela Mamone in the red gloves, Morgan Colledge, the opposing party, in blue. This amateur lightweight bout is brought to you by Rockwell Watches. They don't just tell time, they tell a story. Rockwell Watches, the official champions watch of Fierce FC.
Mutual respect from both fighters. Love it.
A couple of amateur veterans at this point, set to meet in the center of the cage. Off to a blitzing start is Mamone. All action, but staying composed is the fighter out of Panaiva, Hawaii. On pins and needles right now, Jason. It seems like a finishing blow could come at any moment as Morgan Colledge finds himself on bottom in his own corner.
Yeah, I'm on the edge of my seat, right?
Colledge immediately goes into his grappling bag, a blue belt in jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, I was wondering if he was going to try to use a little jiu-jitsu. Smart move by Mamone, just putting that shin right in the throat of Colledge. He's got the neck.
Straight into his own front headlock.
That's tight.
Might have a compromised position. Colledge has been submitted before. And there it is! Kamuela Mamone with a fuming finish!
Just overwhelmed Colledge. He just overwhelmed Colledge.
The Hawaiian Hammers have arrived. Kamuela Mamone, a special talent.
Hey, don't blink when the Mamone brothers are in the cage, because these fights finish fast. I don't think Colledge got a chance to really settle into the fight. He just kind of got overwhelmed right there.
Cinched up the neck with immediacy. Colledge still down as Kamuela Mamone heads over to show off a little bit of respect. Looks like we've got the replay ready, presented by R&R Barbecue. Jason, break down that setup for us.
Yeah, as soon as Colledge left his neck out there, Kamuela wasted no time sinking that choke in there, and that was tight. He was not going anywhere once that choke was set in.
Felt like he was a man on a mission. As soon as Morgan tapped, he separated. Did you see his eyes when he came back to his
He was
corner?
all business tonight, and which the Mamone brothers always are all business anytime they step in the cage.
An unfortunate loss for Morgan Colledge. He was on such a hot streak but the moment belongs to the Mamones. Again, his younger brother fights for a title to defend his own featherweight strap in just a little bit. But for right now, we've got to make this one official. We'll kick it back inside. Man with a hot microphone, here's Hoops.
Fierce fans, referee Dave Selya has called a stop to this contest at 1 minute, 1 second of the first round, declaring the winner by submission due to a guillotine choke, Kamuela Mamone.
You got your mouthpiece up? Make sure nobody trips over my wire here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here with your winner, Kamuela Mamone. That was a dominant performance, man. Quick and easy. Is that how you expected this fight to go tonight?
Yes, sir. I don't want to be cocky, but I'm confident, and we trained real hard for this, and we were looking for a first-round stoppage. So.
Yeah, you came out there, steamrolled, basically just walked right through them. What's next for you, man?
Love to go pro. Love to go pro and keep pursuing this career and do it for the younger generation, of course. All the boys back in Hawaii, I hope they can watch us and get off that island and do what we do.
Well, we like watching you do what you do tonight. Is there anybody you want to give a shout out to? Any sponsors you want to give thanks to tonight?
Yeah, I got a sponsor, Uncle Capella, back in Hawaii. He was a big help this one. And that was kind of it. And the rest was just all my boys that helped. I know they're here. Delmar, Cardi, Ahmed. I say everyone that helped me throughout this fight camp. Coach Bobby, thank you so much. And of course, the GOAT coach right there, Coach Serge. But thank you to everyone here. Thank you to Zach. Thank you to Fierce. It's a great opportunity to be here. Thank you, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for your winner, Kamuela Mamone.
Come on, check this out. Check this out.
David Kim, just about as dominant as you can be to become the bantamweight champ, now an even taller task in his way.
He's a Utah favorite. Everybody loves him. Don't let the nice guy demeanor fool you. This guy's a killer when he steps in the cage. Great performance by Regimbal. That was a very good performance.
And still the undisputed
Lance Regimbal, a man on the mission, takes home the flyweight strap. Well, I know we're supposed to be talking about Lance Regimbal and David Kim, but Kamuela Mamone really just stole the show, Jason. He was working alongside his brother Ricky tirelessly. We saw them on Christmas breaking into a full sweat. There was no days off in the Mamone household, and it showed.
Yeah, go follow those guys. If you guys aren't following the Mamone brothers on social media, go follow those guys, watch their training, and nothing will surprise you when you watch them step in the cage because they are putting in the time and putting in the work.
Possible move up to pro in the near future for Kamuela Mamone. But for right now, we got to talk about a couple of amateurs, two of the best in the entire West Coast. Lance Regimbal, David Kim at 125 pounds. We won't make you wait any longer. Here's Jackson Hopes.
Fierce fans, our first title fight of the evening is sponsored by Right Move Utah. They take pride in offering superior service to their clients. If you are in the market to buy or sell a home, give Right Move Utah a call and visit rightmoveutah.com for your complete real estate guide, whether you are buying or selling. Making the right move, Right Move Utah. Fierce fans, make some noise and welcome our first two title fighters, the challenger, David Kim, and then the champion, Lance Regimbal, to the cage.
Well, we talked about rumblings of flyweight in his future, as that time is now for David Kim. Jason, an all-time title fight to close out 2024, sticking to a tight schedule headed into 2025.
Yeah, jumping right back in the cage. A shredded David Kim at 125. He looks phenomenal tonight.
He told me that he had put on about 11 pounds as of this morning. Got to wonder what it's at right now. We see Joel Haro, he's been working with us in the booth, did have to step aside to corner his man David Kim. Been working a lot with him. Yeah, Joel touched on it earlier in the broadcast tonight. Over the last year, they've developed quite the friendship. Been working on his striking a little bit, and I know they've been working on the jiu-jitsu. I love seeing those two train together. Third title fight in 4 months for the most active championship run in Fierce Fighting Championship history, with the chance to become the second ever double champion at Fierce Fighting Championship. Yeah, this is another one. Another fight that could possibly headline a card on any other night. David Kim, the fastest turnaround of his career at just 42 days. And not only a fast turnaround, it was an all-out war, a full 15 minutes versus Ruiz Banderaga. Oh, yeah, that was a dogfight, and that fight could have gone either way. Talking to the judges after the fight, that fight came down to the last 10 seconds. All right, the terrifying toddler from Montana returns. Here is Lance Regimbal. Jason, he's strung together 5 in a row, tumbling through anyone that comes his way. Yeah, I love watching this kid fight. When he took the title back then, when he became the champion, this is a guy highlighted. I love watching this kid fight. I know the state of Montana's watching now to support their kid tonight. And can I just add, one of the best dressed walking into the fights tonight. This guy was dapper, man. He looked good. Suited up in a 3-piece suit, not just the suit and the pants, but also the vest. Oh, yeah, he was all suited up. Boss baby is what he said. Lance Regimbal had a 6-day turnaround after besting Kim's teammate Brendan Myers in September. A 42-day turnaround for David Kim, I apologize. 41 for Lance Regimbal. Yeah, both of these guys super active. Belts on the line tonight. Are we going to have a new champion or are we going to have Ann Still? Lance Regimbal won 5 in a row. He's 2-0 in title fights. Let's go ahead and see what flies off the film between these two for this 125-pound title fight between David Kim and Lance Regimbal. 6-year senior is Kim. Also will tower over the Montana fighter by 5 inches, standing 5'7". Identical in height at 124 pounds. 5-1 the record for the local fighter. One-upping him is Regimbal with a record of 6-1. Big one on hand, 2 of the highest touted amateurs that Fierce could conjure up. With that, we're going to go ahead and kick it inside to set the table with Jackson Hopes.
Fierce fans, this fight is sponsored by Right Move Utah, and when the fight begins, the referee in charge will be Dave Selyusted. This fight is scheduled for 5 3-minute rounds for the Fierce Fighting Championship Amateur Flyweight title. Introducing the challenger, fighting out of the red corner, holding an amateur record of 5 wins and 1 loss. He stands 5 feet 7 inches tall and weighed in at 124 pounds, fighting out of Agima Jiu-Jitsu and MMA, hailing from Spanish Fork, Utah, by way of Farmington, Utah. Fierce fans, make some noise for the current, undisputed amateur bantamweight champion, David Kim. And introducing his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner, holding an amateur record of 6 wins and 1 loss. He stands 5 feet 2 inches tall and weighed in at 124 pounds, fighting out of Flow State Athletics, hailing from Great Falls, Montana. Fierce fans, make some noise for the reigning, defending, undisputed flyweight champion, Lance, the terrifying toddler, Regimbal.
Double champ status is David Kim in the red gloves, Montana's finest, Lance Regimbal to respond in the blue gloves. This amateur flyweight title bout is brought to you by Right Move Utah. With all listings from all agents, there's no need to look anywhere else for your next home. Right Move Utah, an official sponsor of Fierce FC. David Kim sprints out of the floodgates. I apologize, Jason, go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say, I feel like this is going to be a very fast-paced fight.
David Kim historically has liked to take the fight to the floor in a flashy manner. Right now a little bit more composed as he lands a peeking leg kick. Talked to David after that last fight. Felt he could have let his hands go a little bit more. We're seeing some striking right now.
Yeah, we're seeing a nice hard leg kick, a la Joe Haro there. Lance
Regimbal.
Regimbal answering back.
No stagnant targets for Kim. Currently the aggressor taking control of the center of the cage. Regimbal moving freely. Acrobatic head kick lands partially for Kim. Now pressures Regimbal up against the cage.
Yeah, I'll be curious to see in these exchanges is the size of David Kim gonna he gets Lance right down to the cage.
Kim, a Greco-Roman state champion in his adolescence, right now draped over the top of Regimbal, struggling a bit as the Montana fighter. Lance Regimbal survived basically an entire first round against Brendan Myers with submission attempts over and over. But right now, David Kim more so doing damage from up top, Jason.
Yeah, David doing a good job of landing some big shots. Lance getting right up. Looks like David's got the neck. Nice chin strap.
Kim, a advanced level purple belt. Right now, punishing the head a bit as Regimbal fights to get back up against the cage.
And you touched on it. We've seen Lance in these trouble spots before, and he's able to fight out of them. We'll see if he can fight out of it tonight. He's right back to his feet.
Some resistance from the Montana fighter, reverses the position into the scramble and back to the standing exchange as we go.
I'll be curious to see if this weight cut has affected David Kim's cardio in any form tonight.
Big swing and a miss for Regimbal. Still aiming straight down the pipe as well as the Montana fighter. Kim tries to answer back. Regimbal gets out of the way.
Now Regimbal kind of the one pushing the pace a little bit.
Head movement on display for Kim, able to circle his way out as Regimbal headhunted a bit.
Yeah, nice hard leg kick by Regimbal to end the round there.
A very fast first round. It seemed as though it was in one ear, out the other, but right now quite competitive between the two. Lance Regimbal able to get back up over the devastating pressure of David Kim. Not a lot of people can do that.
Yeah, not a lot of people can do that. David Kim, a lot of pressure early on, landed some big shots, and Lance doing what he does. He got back to his feet, and then you saw him to start to push the pace during that last 10, 15 seconds of that first round.
David Kim, his first move down to 125 pounds. As for Lance Regimbal, certainly been around the fight game for quite some time. He won state 4 times as a wrestler growing up, been boxing for nearly 8 years, has an unofficial boxing record, Jason, of 7-1, and like we talked about, won 5 in a row, 4 of them by knockout.
Yeah, this kid is no stranger to competition, and he's not out of the fight at any time. That's what makes this fight so intriguing.
Lance Regimbal exploded in the second round of his first title fight at Fierce Fighting Championship against Brendan Myers. We'll have to see if he can do something similar here. Has no issue being down on the scorecards coming into a second.
No, he does not at all.
Top of the second of a possible 5. Seems as though the cardiovascular on both sides in good tact. Bruising leg kick lands for Regimbal.
Yeah, he landed that at the end of the first round. He goes right back to the well in the second.
Quick slip as Regimbal calls for some water on the canvas. Dave Selyusted says to play on. Beautiful kick lands to the breadbasket for Kim. Picking his shots well right now.
Yeah, I was going to say, we're seeing some striking tonight from David Kim, something we haven't really seen in the past. He usually relies on heavily on his wrestling, and tonight, throwing some shots.
Mixing it up well. Another inside leg kick lands for the local fighter.
You're starting to see Lance start to cut off the cage now, and he's the one now pressuring David Kim.
Some creative kicks land for the fighter out of Flow State Athletics. Quick scramble, keeps Regimbal on his toes.
Looks like David's added the kicks to his repertoire to his arsenal.
And we saw David get hit with a lot of kicks versus Reese Banderaga. Seems as though he's learned his lesson from that and actually put it into his own game.
And he just landed a big overhand right.
Regimbal lunging forward, utilizing those kicks well.
Lance is like, I seen that coming.
Flashy kick for the lifelong martial artist in David Kim. A little bit of parity between the two. Into a phone booth exchange as David Kim puts the move right into the corner of Regimbal. Couple of nice knees land as well for the Provo fighter. But still upright is Regimbal, Jason, not going down without a fight.
No, he's not. David can't get the takedown. I mean, Regimbal hanging right in there with him. I thought we might see a strength advantage there from David, and we're not seeing that.
Partially conceding position is Kim, but able to finally come out on top and now chasing the back of Regimbal and now searching for an arm. There's the submission. David Kim, get your second shoulder ready. A double champion in Salt Lake City.
That was quick. He jumped all over, snatched that arm, and he grabbed that with the quickness.
A finish in a flash. David Kim isolates that arm, and that's all she wrote.
That was lightning fast submission.
Sensational showing between these two flyweights, as competitive as can be, but right now, the man hoisted up on the shoulder, David Kim. What a couple of 6 months he's had.
Great fight. Great to see David Kim back here. You can see the emotions. He's put a lot of heart, put a lot of time in this.
The 135-pound champ, the 125-pound champ. You got to wonder what's next for David Kim. He might be turning pro.
I was going to say it might be time for him to turn pro. He touched on it at the end of his last fight that he wanted to work on his striking. You saw the improved striking here tonight, even though he gets the submission victory.
David Kim mixes it up beautifully and is going to move to 6-1. And we were talking about it a little bit. He told me that he knows Lance is one of the top 10 amateurs in the entire country, regardless of weight class. That being said, it says a lot about what this talent is out of Utah. Comes over to the cage, says, we did it. Let's go ahead and belt that winner. We're going to kick it over to Jackson Hopes.
Fierce fans, referee Dave Selya has called a stop to this contest at 2 minutes 34 seconds of the second round, declaring the winner by submission due to an armbar. And new undisputed flyweight champion and current undisputed bantamweight champion, the double champ, David Kim.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here with your winner, David Kim. David, first time back at 125. You look phenomenal tonight. How was the weight cut? How you feeling tonight?
Dude, honestly, my last fight, I woke up at 136 the day of the fight, so I cut 1 pound, 20 minutes of Joel. So I knew that it was time for me to get down to flyweight. Honestly, guys, I told myself that if I could make flyweight and win, I was going to be all in on this and try to make it to the UFC, baby. So we're going pro. We're going for it, guys. I want to be the next fighter from Utah in the UFC. Let's do it.
So we saw a little bit tonight. Blake and I touched it on the broadcast. You mentioned it after your last fight. You wanted to work on your striking. We saw a lot of kicks from you tonight. Was that the game plan?
Yeah, so guys, if you don't watch film on your opponents, you're doing it wrong. Watching film, I know that he had a hard time with some of the body kicks and stuff, and so kind of switching it up and being at a lower weight class, now I'm the taller fighter for once in my freaking life, and so I was able to throw some head kicks.
Beautiful performance. You slapped on that armbar. Did you see that coming?
Dude, I have no idea what that was. That was crazy.
It looked like more of like a shoulder crank. I couldn't really tell from my angle either, but either way, congratulations. You're the double champ now. Anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Oh, of course. First of all, big shout out to my family, my wife, everyone in my camp. Big thank you to my coaches, Dana Ristazabal, Court McGee, Joel Haro, everybody at Agima Jiu-Jitsu and MMA, all my students at Premier Martial Arts that came out to see me. Thank you so much. I have so many sponsors. I apologize, I can't even think right now, but thank you guys. If I'm going to do this, I'm going to need as much help as I can, so thank you, Utah.
Give it up for your winner and new Fierce FC flyweight champion and bantamweight champion, David Kim.
Hi, I'm Jason Laporte, Fierce Fighting Championship commentator and general sales manager at Performance Honda in Bountiful. We are the fastest growing Honda dealership in the state, and we have one of the largest certified pre-owned inventories in the state of Utah. Our service department has master technicians with over 100 years experience collectively.
Bienvenidos a Performance Honda Bountiful, donde los atendemos en español y les ponemos una sonrisa todos los días.
Visit us at 2215 South 500 West or performancehondabountiful.com.
Hey Fierce fans, Kimball Davis here with Prime Labs. We are now the official lab testing partner for all of Fierce Fighting Championships fighters. We provide a combat trio for all fighters across the Wasatch Front, as well as if you want to get in the best shape like one of your favorite fighters, we provide many comprehensive blood panels. All you have to do is click on the link or text 385-645-7400.
Whether you're a fighter or just someone that wants to take charge of their own care and looking to address a lack of sleep, fat gain, or even muscle growth, Prime Labs has different panels for all financial situations. So please shoot us a text at 385-645-7400, scan the QR code, or please go to the website and come check us out.
Scan the QR code on your screen right now for access to Fierce FC's digital program. Get the inside scoop on every fighter making the walk, as well as additional information on future shows. So a seamless submission gives him win number 6, and now David Kim is going pro.
Yeah, he answered our question. He's going pro. I love to see it. Not much more he can do. He's the champ at 135 and 125. Let's take a look at this replay here. Oh, I thought we were going to take a look at the replay. Maybe not. And now he's got that arm locked up here.
He was going for that hip toss a lot, Jason.
Yeah, he was, and he gets it here, and it looks like he just got his arm behind his back. It was almost like a shoulder crank. I don't know, are we going to call that the David Kim? I don't know if that's quite, is that a submission? Are we going to call that an armbar or shoulder crank? What are we calling that, Blake?
I try not to bring my own experience into this, but I have been hit by that before. Not by David Kim, but those shoulder cranks are there. It's an extremely painful submission. Makes sense why Regimbal tapped as quickly as he did. Well, that's one belt down. We got another one to go. Ricky Mamone alongside Andre Martin. Let's go ahead and bring him out.
Fierce fans, our final title fight of the evening is sponsored by 7. Check out the all-natural pain reliever in one tablet at the 7 booth this evening. Whether you're looking for pain relief while in recovery or for a euphoric feeling while relaxing, these all-natural tablets are something fierce. There is nothing out there like them, and you will not be disappointed with 7. Fierce fans, make some noise and welcome the challenger, Andre Martin, and then the champion, Ricky Mamone, to the cage.
Back in another big spot, here is Andre Martin. Jason, he controlled 59% of his last bout, large in part due to his profuse grappling base. Got to think that's an A game coming into title fight number 2.
Yeah, he's walking out with a jiu-jitsu shirt on. He's got a jiu-jitsu shirt on underneath there. I think the game plan is to get this fight to the ground and not take any big shots from Ricky Mamone tonight.
Yeah, went 3 for 4 on takedowns in his last bout. He controlled 59% of the fight on top with 5 minutes and 20 seconds of total control time. Fighting out of Pohada Training Center in Las Vegas, a teammate of former Utah fighter and amateur champion Viliami Kulu, as well as UFC heavyweight Alexander Volkov.
That very interesting stat there, Blake. You always got the stats.
Andre Martin has gone the full time in a championship bout before. It concluded in a no contest per the Pete Suazo Utah Athletic Commission, but did that at Crown Fighting Championship down in St. George.
Yeah, I don't think this fight's going the distance tonight. If Ricky Mamone takes a page out of his older brother's playbook from a couple fights ago, this fight could be over with very fast.
Andre Martin, all previous dance partners have had 1 fight or less under their belt. A big step up to throw with Ricky Mamone, but has shown in the past that he has all the intangibles to get the job done. Throws a lot of high kicks, also attentive in his range control, on top of what we already know about him being the grappler.
Was this a short notice fight? No.
No. All right, well, when Ricky Mamone's name is called, all eyes await to witness something special. Jason, he has made leaps in his game as evidenced by the 9-second KO to close out his first title fight in June.
He is one of my favorite fighters to watch. He brings it, leaves it all in the cage. Fast hands, powerful combinations, body heads. You're going to see it all from Ricky Mamone tonight.
And Joel, from 4 fights in 8 months in 2023 to just 1 in 2024, hasn't been as active as we were accustomed to in the MMA space. Been a little preoccupied with football as well as boxing. Jason, 1-punch KO power finds him on the short list of top finishers in the entire state. Also, one of the highest ceilings in all of Utah.
Yeah, if you go watch his highlight reel and watch his last fight, the combination that ended the fight, I think it was a body, head combination that he ended that fight with. And phenomenal performance. This guy brings it. He's got dynamite in his hands.
All right, let's go ahead and take a look at some of the intangibles for this amateur featherweight title bout between Ricky Mamone and Andre Martin. Martin, 5 years senior, also the height edge flies by way of Martin. Both fighters weighing in well under the 145-pound rim. Ricky Mamone with a record of 4-1, 2-0, and 1 no contest on the other side for Andre Martin. Both fighters set. We'll kick it back inside to orchestrate with Jackson Hopes.
Fierce fans, our final title fight of the evening is sponsored by 7. And when the fight begins, the referee in charge will be Dave Selyesaid. This fight is scheduled for 5 3-minute rounds for the Fierce Fighting Championship Amateur Featherweight title. Introducing the challenger, fighting out of the blue corner, holding an undefeated amateur record of 2 wins and 0 losses and 1 no contest. He stands 5 feet 7 inches tall and weighing at 144 pounds. Fighting out of Pohada Training Center, hailing from Las Vegas, Nevada, by way of San Antonio, Texas. Fierce fans, make some noise for Andre Martin. And introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, holding an amateur record of 4 wins and 1 loss. He stands 5 feet 6 inches tall and weighing at 143 pounds. Fighting out of Iron Monster Factory, hailing from Panaiva, Hawaii. Fierce fans, make some noise for the reigning, defending, undisputed featherweight champion, Ricky Paniolo Mamone.
Challenging is Andre Martin, opposite in the blue. This amateur featherweight title bout is brought to you by 7, an all-natural pain reliever, perfect to recover and relax. 7, an official sponsor of Fierce FC. Ricky Mamone, all wins by knockout. Opens up with a teep kick, always throws that heavy right hand, and right into the wrestling we go. Joel Haro back in the booth as well. Joel, how you doing?
I am doing a lot better now, guys.
successful win for David Kim. Ricky Mamone applying all the pressure up in Andre Martin's corner.
Martin clearly doing his homework there. He knew that big right hand was coming and tied up Mamone quickly.
Ricky doing a good job keeping that head position underneath his chin, redirecting his head whenever he does move his head.
Ricky Mamone wrestled for 3 years at Granger High School, where he placed at state his senior year.
Looking at trying to channel that wrestling through.
Nine seconds of total cage time for Mamone as well. In 2024, a couple of knees trade back and forth. Martin initiated it.
Doing a good job of keeping the pressure up against the fence there. We'll see if he looks to break to throw some punches as his corner's calling for.
A couple more mild knees thrown by Martin. But not a lot of power can be conjured up from that angle, Joel.
No, yeah, he had those double underhooks there. Now he's got one out. See if he'll start separating and throw some punches there.
A couple of bullseyes land for Martin as he initiates a little bit of movement. Now jockeying for position.
I was going to say, Martin doing a good job keeping this fight close. Doesn't want to give Mamone any range to throw those shots.
For sure. Absolutely. He's doing a good job at negating Mamone's weapons. However, I'd like to see him reverse that position so he can let some of those knees go. It's harder to knee him when you're up against the fence.
Mamone dug to the body a couple of times. Martin now looking for that outside trip. Back working the head movement. You've got to wonder, is it the damage of Martin or from Ricky Mamone that the judges see favorable?
I would say the control of Mamone, definitely.
Jason, your thoughts on the first frame?
Very interesting. I mean, obviously Mamone has him pushed up against the cage, but Martin also had him locked up, and Mamone couldn't really break through and really do anything. Both fighters kind of exchanging knees. Couple body shots from Mamone there. This is a very tough round to score because no real damage done.
In the corner of the Iron Monster Factory side, Ricky Mamone alongside his head coach and dad, Sergio Mamone, and Bobby King. Got a little bit of blood seeping from that right nostril. Just got wiped up, but I don't know if you saw that, Joel.
Yeah, when he was walking back to his corner, he kind of wiped his face. There was some blood on his nose. Looks like one of those shots got through. But the warrior Ricky he's not going to let it faze him.
And Joel, in your eyes, what's the thing that Andre Martin is doing well right now to slow down Mamone's fighting?
He's doing well, like controlling. Even though Mamone had the double underhooks, but Martin had his grip closed and was kind of, keeping him close, as you mentioned earlier.
I don't know if that'll be enough to win the fight.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Especially getting pressed up against the fence in that first round.
Yeah, I would think there's big shots from Mamone.
Fast twitched by the Utah fighter. Right back into the clinch game we go.
Now Martin's in a better position to start working and get this fight back into his favor.
Well, this is where Martin needs to be if he's gonna hold him like this, hold him up against the cage.
Yeah.
So at least get some of that control time there.
Jason, that blinding speed is almost a detriment right now to Ricky Mamone because it's finding him in these positions of close quarters.
Yeah, he can't really get anything off up close like this, and you've seen Martin. He's landed a couple hard knees to the stomach of Mamone. Right there again.
Good knee there for Martin.
Mamone head-hunted, but the clean target landed for Martin. Back to the center they go.
Ricky staying composed there. Looking for the right openings for his shots.
Nice durability by Mamone. A couple of clean knees landed, but
Good
hasn't been
uppercut
affected
landed and
by
a
it.
head kick. Ricky's starting to get into his groove here with the striking.
Another echoing leg kick lands for Mamone.
Ricky throws with bad intentions.
Everything he throws is with power, except for that jab.
Right on cue.
Right on cue.
You notice with Ricky when he gets in close, he likes those uppercuts too.
Yeah. Come in with that lead hook to that rear uppercut there.
Patience being practiced on both sides as Mamone spins to the breadbasket. Martin lands upstairs as well.
Heavy leg kicks.
Trying to punish over the top was Mamone as he clinches back up with the Las Vegas fighter. Mamone evading
Looking
damage.
for the ninja choke.
Now possibly setting up a submission. Might not have it as Martin continues to peel Mamone off of the cage.
Ricky looking to try to get that underhook there.
Martin staying persistent. 10 ticks to go. Round 2 of a possible 5.
Martin's going to have to start landing some type of damage when he's got, big shots by Ricky.
Throwing that head kick a little bit more is Ricky Mamone, but finding his groove here in the second round.
Yeah, I was just touching on that at the end of that round. I would like to see Martin, when he has Mamone up against the cage, to start landing some shots there. Right now, Ricky's the one getting off. Ricky the one landing the harder shots in that second round.
Yeah, Ricky's gotten into his groove here, it looks like. Martin's still trying to find his groove while also trying to tie up with him when he's rushing in, right? So it's kind of hard to do both things at the same time. Martin's got to be cautious of those high kicks coming in and start checking those low kicks. Those are heavy low kicks that Mamone's throwing at him.
I will say, though, durability is up for Martin. He hasn't seemed to be threatened or hurt by any of these strikes being thrown.
No, nothing has phased him at all. And you can see him in the corner. He's not breathing hard. He's in the fight. Shook his head a little bit of frustration, it looked like, in the corner there. But he's in this fight. He's not out of this fight at all.
Totally.
Andre Martin, again, I will remind you of the record, 2-0 and 1-0 contest. Never lost in the cage. We talk so much about how high of a prospect Ricky Mamone is. Andre Martin, he's undefeated himself.
And he's looking very good tonight, too. This fight, this title is up for grabs tonight for a reason.
I don't know if undefeated is the right word, but 1-0 contest, it's always up in the air as to what that means. But all being said, Andre Martin bringing the fight back to Ricky Mamone.
Ooh, Ricky hits him with a good right hook.
Puzzle piece hit for Ricky Mamone. Seems to have hurt Martin. Now struggling to see out of that left eye.
And it's swollen. It's swollen up quickly. How tough is Martin to take that shot?
Very tough. His durability is skyrocketed for sure.
Still standing as Mamone continues to look for the finish.
Martin with the trip.
And he might have the back of hook in. He's got one hook in.
He's got one hook in.
Martin now searching for a potential rear naked choke attempt. Ricky Mamone has lost before. It was a submission in his debut back in April of 2023.
Got to look at getting his back to the cage, get his head to the inside. He's looking for the double now.
Yeah. If I'm Ricky, I'm breaking away. I don't know if I want to go to Martin's wheelhouse and try to take this to the ground.
Yeah. Try to break away, cause some damage on the exit there.
Great composure from Martin, though. He ate some big shots, and he
heavy shots.
Batters to the body once again is the Hawaiian fighter. Attacking once again, mixing it up well, upstairs, downstairs. Ricky Mamone all over his offensive targets.
I think she met the left eye, but
all right.
Don't
left.
Don't know if that picked up in the microphone, but a spectator was calling to get the right eye.
I mean, she could have been talking about the right eye. I mean, what do we know?
Sure, yeah, you're right.
But it is the left eye that's swollen.
Mamone continues to bite down on that overhand right. Both of Andre Martin's wins have been by decision. Certainly accustomed to going the full time.
I think all those heavy shots that Ricky was throwing is starting to catch up to him. He's breathing a little heavy. Not as much volume.
Mamone has not been to championship rounds in his MMA career, about 20 seconds away from that. Again, Andre Martin has been able to do that.
Nice catch of the kick.
Martin floored as Ricky Mamone seems to play a little cat and mouse. Right back into the offense, foot on the pedal as Mamone looks to sprawl back, get his hips separated.
Guys, this is a good fight.
Action-packed third round.
Interesting, back and forth we go. Martin up against his cage. Ricky Mamone takes a seat. A little bit of competitiveness here as we see maybe a slowdown of Ricky Mamone like Joel suggested.
Yeah, it looks like Ricky's starting to take heavy breaths there. Like I mentioned, I feel like those heavy shots that he keeps throwing is starting to catch up to him, but at the same time, man, that's Ricky's style. So it's gonna be interesting seeing him going into championship rounds and see if that gas tank will keep up. But if he can keep touching Martin with those heavy shots, it could be an early night.
But Jason still throwing thunderous shots.
Yeah, throwing shots with power. And to Andre Martin's credit, he's still in this fight. He was rocked a little bit early on in that round, but he's come back. You know, he's attempted some takedowns. He's throwing some knees up the body. He's still there. The fight is still up for grabs right now.
Absolutely.
Championship rounds we go. Round number 4. Been a lot of first and second round finishes. Almost a little bit nicer to have a slowed down, more calculated fight, I would say, Jason.
Yeah, it's kind of nice watching this, the chess match between both fighters.
Straight into the combination is Mamone. Quick slip. Martin
nice takedown.
Blinds his takedown, able to find himself on top of Mamone. Plenty of time to work. 2 minutes and 40 seconds to go here in round 4.
Yeah, good takedown there from Martin. Let's see if he can start going to work from here and stay on top. Keep that dominant position.
Nice pressure from Martin from the top.
Yeah, some good pressure. I'd like to see Ricky let go of that triangle he's got on, or that figure 4 that he's got on Martin's leg. Start getting to his right hip. Start working his way up. He's got his framed up against his left arm, Martin's left arm, so he can't throw any punches. Couple slaps there.
Andre Martin, a beautiful entry to take down Mamone early on in round number 4. Might be going according to the game plan. Again, controlled nearly 60% of his last fight in July of last year.
Mamone doing a good job of just keeping him tied up at the moment.
We'll see if the referee will stand him up.
Framing on the face a bit is Martin trying to create some separation and potentially garner up some offense. Haven't seen Ricky Mamone on bottom in quite some time, let alone matted, Jason.
Usually his fights are finished by now.
No. Always his fights are
Always
finished
his fights have been finished by now. Love the composure from Andre Martin, though. And Mamone looking over at his corner right now. He's looking for a little advice.
Such a dominant win for Kamuela Mamone earlier on tonight. Ricky Mamone in a bit more trouble as Andre Martin continues to make his presence known, but now a little bit of shiftiness from the Utah fighter.
I'd like to see Martin posture up, try to create some space there so he can land some more violent shots.
30 seconds to go, round 4.
Yeah, no real damaging shots as of yet.
No. Mamone doing a good job of keeping his posture broken down. See, right here would be a good opportunity for Martin to posture up and start causing some damage for being on top.
A little bit of leg pummeling between the two in the final seconds. All Martin in round number 4 as he throws a couple of hammer fists to close out the round.
Make some noise, 5th and final round coming right up.
So 5th and final round is upon us. Very interested to see where the scorecards are at. It's got to be either 3-1 or 2-2. Jason, your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm curious to how they're going to score that first round, because that was the one that's kind of like, I mean, how do you score it? Do you score Martin because he had him tangled up, or do you score Mamone because he has him pressed up against the cage? What are the judges looking at? Wasn't really any damage. I think second and third went to Mamone. Clearly this 4th round went to Andre Martin, in my opinion.
Yeah, I would say round 1 would probably go to Mamone since he had more control. I mean, although Martin was still landing some shots, 2 and 3, Mamone, the 4th round, Martin. So it honestly could be 2-2. Yeah. I'm with you on that one. You never know what the judges are looking for.
Yeah, because did Mamone really have control with Martin holding on to him? That's what I'm thinking. But optics-wise,
sure,
it looks like Mamone's the one doing the controlling.
Yeah.
We were ISO'd in on the corner of Andre Martin. A beautiful tight shot of him. Seems to be quite gassed, breathing heavily out of the mouth, but starting to get that heart rate down. A little bit off frame as we head into the 5th and final round.
Ricky using his jab now, trying to set up those heavier shots.
Lunging teep to the body, lands for Mamone. Mamone now investing in the body a little bit now as well. Haven't really seen a lot of head hunting here early on in round 5, more so targeting the body.
Yeah, I want to say Ricky's going to start using his shots to set up that big overhand right.
Yeah, if I'm Martin, I might try to look to get this fight down to the ground and try to look for a submission if I think I'm down. He could think it's 2-2.
Oh, good teep to the face there from Martin.
Seemed to have rocked Mamone a little bit, but gets right back intact. And on the front foot again are the two fighters.
Martin's corner was calling for that kick in the last round, and I don't think he heard it, but they were calling for him.
That landed cleanly, Jason.
He ate that.
Yeah, it landed clean. Ricky legit looked right at us after it hit it.
Ooh, beautiful
nice
hip toss lands for Mamone, and now punishes
shots.
the head of Martin. Trying to separate those hips now is Mamone.
Looking at throwing some body shots there. Is Mamone trying to create some space.
Nearly 65 seconds remain here before we will look towards the scorecards. Ricky Mamone had a huge moment about 45 seconds ago and now digs for an uppercut, lands air. Martin back into his wheelhouse.
Martin trying to expose the back there, trying to get that hook.
Mamone grabbing
Ricky's got a Kimura. Sorry about that, Jason.
No, that's okay. I was just wanted to show you my jiu-jitsu knowledge there.
Take us through it.
Might be a smart move. Ricky Mamone did slip on that grip, and now Martin looking to potentially wrap up the neck. Might be a little bit too much too late, Joel. 15 seconds to go.
A little too late, but hey, he's looking at breaking through. Ricky gets back up from that takedown. What a fight, gentlemen. What a fight.
Well, for the first time in his career, Ricky Mamone will go to the scorecards. Andre Martin bringing the fight up to Utah. Pohada Training Center certainly had him ready. The cardiovascular was there. The grappling was there as well. We got to see what happens, Jason.
Yeah, I'm really curious to see how these scorecards, very, very interesting. Very interested.
Blake, what do you think they're going to score this fight at?
Not my job, Joel. Not my job. That's what you guys are here for. But Ricky Mamone seems to be in a good spot. We will have to see what the judges see. But Jason, looks like you got
I was just going to say, you touched on it earlier. Andre Martin, 2-0-1. He's only had 3 fights, and he's in here and he goes 5 rounds for a title fight, and he looked damn impressive tonight.
Quite impressive out of him. Durable as well.
Very durable.
A lot of shots taken. And also Ricky Mamone ate that one, kick to the knee, kick to the chin. It looked like it buckled him for a bit, Joel. We were all worried for half a second. It looked like a finish might be in store. But instead, we will go to the presses and see what the judges have to say about this one. But Andre Martin might have picked up a handful of fans here tonight.
Oh, absolutely. He picked me up as a fan for sure.
Waxed with confidence last night at weigh-ins, talking a little bit about how confident he was coming into this, given the film on Ricky Mamone. Quite impressive out of Andre Martin to take this with open arms, and we see why now. As for Ricky Mamone, got to wonder what the future holds for him, whether it's a win or a loss. Seems like some hot scorecards are in hand. Questions to become answers right now with Jackson Hoops.
Fierce fans, after 5 fantastic rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. All 3 judges score this contest 49-46, declaring the winner by unanimous decision. And still, the undisputed featherweight champion, Ricky Paniolo Mamone.
You got your mouthpiece out, Ricky? Your mouthpiece out? Mouthpiece. Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here with your winner, Ricky Mamone. Ricky, tough 5-round war against a tough competitor. How you feeling tonight, man?
Feeling good. We prepared a really good fight camp. He came out, he wanted to fight, and he gave me that good work, so big mahalo to him.
Were you anticipating him to take the shots? Because he ate a lot of big shots from you and kept coming forward. Were you expecting that tonight?
I wasn't really expecting it. I knew he was a tough guy, but I thought I could have put him away. He's got a chin, a hell of a chin, so yeah, good for him, bro.
So you come in here tonight, you go to your first decision, you defend the belt. What's next for you?
I'm still young, but I got to make that jump, and I want to turn pro and build myself so I can, like we always talk about, build a legacy for my Ohana, and that's the plan, so I'm going to turn pro.
It's always an honor calling your fights, Ricky. Is there any sponsors you want to give a shout out to?
Like my brother said, we took care of each other this fight camp, but, my Uncle Pella, big shout out for always taking care of us since we were little kids. Everybody back in Hawaii, for letting us train, thank you guys. And just mahalo for everyone coming out here, supporting me and my brother, my own brothers.
Congratulations once again, everybody. Give it up for your winner and still Fierce FC featherweight champion, Ricky Mamone.
FST. Who is FST filtration? What is FST filtration? You see, FST is more than a filter company just trying to be cool. FST is a solution-based company in the heart of Utah, where hard work is embedded in its roots, and providing superior indoor air quality is our mission. FST has risen to the challenges that everyday people face. As new challenges present themselves, we too shall rise to the occasion. Manufacturing is the backbone of America, and our employees are the backbone of FST. So when choosing your next filter for your home or building, don't choose any filter. Choose FST. Small business, family owned, since 2001.
Mike Jones is set to defend his title against John Poppy.
Can you believe what we are seeing?
I am speechless right now. This has been a great fight.
Maybe I'll fight Mike Jones. Where you at, bro?
The best main card we've ever had at Fierce Fighting Champions.
Anna Silva back in the win column.
What a fight.
Dave Salyastec calls it. Dante Morales, roll credits for the middleweight champion. Scan the QR code on your screen right now for access to Fierce FC's digital program. Get the inside scoop on every fighter set to make the walk, as well as additional information on future shows. So 7 amateur fights down, 2 more to go. Couple of pros, Chris Chu and Guram Gochashvili waiting alongside. We'll bring them out right now with Jackson Hoops.
Fierce fans, our co-main event of the evening is sponsored by One Mobile Metro by T-Mobile. With affordable plans for a wide range of no-contract phones, the price you see is the price you get. No credit checks, no contracts, no exploding bills, and no surprises when you shop with One Mobile Metro by T-Mobile. Fierce fans, make some noise and welcome Guram Gochashvili and then Chris Chu to the cage.
First fight in 5 years, enter Guram Gochashvili. Joel, a lengthy grappling resume, backs the Bethel, Connecticut fighter, and to top it all off, a black belt in jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, I think we're gonna see some high-class grappling tonight, Blake.
Very interested to see it. No questions to the competition in the room at Teixeira MMA. Trains in close quarters with UFC light heavyweight champion Alex Pereira.
Yeah, not a bad training partner. Not a bad training partner to have in the room with Alex Pereira. Guram, we don't really know what to expect. We haven't seen him in 5 years. He's 2-0. He was undefeated. Obviously, he's a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. He's fighting a tough competitor in Chris Chu tonight.
First walk since August of 2019, 5.5 years, but featured as one of the top prospects to watch in 2025, according to MMA Junkie. Him alongside in the main event, Abijah Meheula.
Yeah, they got 2 guys on this card that could be stepping up to the big leagues if they get wins tonight.
Guram Gochashvili, first 2 fights took place in his home country of Georgia, the same home country as Merab Dvalishvili, who got a win just a couple of days ago. But we also talked a lot about the grappling being the A side. He's won 4 consecutive grappling matches and gone gold in 5 of his last 6 tournaments. Interested to see how Guram Gochashvili out of Teixeira MMA fares here in this co-main event slate.
He's a big dude.
Well, likely the first of many in 2025 for the ever-active Chris Chu. Jason, his jump up in weight has expedited the recovery time and lent to a one-sided win late last year. Safe to say the bigger build looks good on him.
Yeah, Chris Chu, since he's gone up in weight, he looks phenomenal. He looks in great shape tonight. Speaking of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, he's got Edward Mori in his corner. Don't sleep on Chris Chu Jiu-Jitsu as well.
Always been a tough grappler in his own right. Joel, his 5th pro fight in 9 months. He's averaging a fight every 55 days.
Every 55 days. That is crazy.
Chris Chu.
Hey, stay active, my man. Stay active.
Jason, what were you going to say?
I was going to say, Chris Chu is like a freight train, man. He will fight anybody, anytime, any place, and he is never out of a fight.
Chu, let's go.
Arguably the most resilient fighter in the history of the promotion. It's got to be between him or Jerome Hatch, but been sharpening his striking with fellow Utah pro Ryder Campo. Chris Chu, his 5th professional walk. He made his debut last April. With that, let's go ahead and look at some of the numbers with this tale of tape brought to you by R&R Barbecue. Chris Chu, Guram Gochashvili, 6-year senior is Chu, 1 inch taller as well. Both fighters making weight last night, 196 for Chu, 194.5 for Guram Gochashvili. 3-1 the record for Chu. Undefeated record on the line on the other side with Gochashvili. With that, we'll kick it back over to Jackson Hoops.
Fierce Fans, this fight is sponsored by Mobile Metro by T-Mobile. This fight is a professional super middleweight bout scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds, and when the fight begins, the referee in charge will be Dave Selyestead. Introducing the first fighter, fighting out of the blue corner, holding an undefeated professional record of 2 wins and 0 losses. He stands 6 feet tall and weighed in at 194 1/2 pounds. Fighting out of Teixeira MMA, hailing from Bethel, Connecticut. Fierce Fans, make some noise for Guram Gochashvili. And introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, holding a professional record of 3 wins and 1 loss. He stands 6 feet 1 inch tall and weighed in at 196 pounds. Fighting out of Maury Training Center, hailing from Salt Lake City, Utah. Fierce Fans, make some noise for Chris Chu.
Back in a familiar spot is Chris Chu in the red gloves. Guram Gochashvili awaits opposite in the blue. This super middleweight bout is brought to you by One Mobile Metro by T-Mobile. Changing the game for good with no gotchas or gimmicks. One Mobile Metro by T-Mobile, an official sponsor of Fierce FC. Car crash in the middle. Finds Chu on the floor for just a second. Shoots right back up. Shifty movement early on by Gochashvili.
Ooh, good calf kick there.
Sweeping kick finds Gochashvili on top of Chu. Just about 40 seconds into the first round. Not a lot of strikes being thrown at the moment, more so just settling in positionally, Joel.
Yeah, it looks like Chris Chu's trying to go to work there with his jiu-jitsu there. Gochashvili's doing a really good job at controlling the upper body of Chu. Trying to pass that knee through as Gochashvili. Looks like he's got him in the crucifix position there.
Looked like Chu was trying to dive under, and I don't know if that was the right move there.
Hard to see from our vantage point, but it does look as though a crucifix is well in order. Chris Chu working his way underneath, but Gochashvili certainly in the dominant position.
Chris Chu in a lot of trouble right now with Guram on top of him, like that he's going to have to use his legs to. And Guram's got to.
Isolating that arm on the other side. Looks as though an Americana might be in order.
Looks like he's got the grip. See if he can find the leverage to finish that.
Bales on the submission. Right back to it is the Connecticut fighter. Clean transitions to get to another compromised spot is Chu, fighting his way, but no way out right now. Locked down by Gochashvili.
Smothering pressure for Gochashvili.
Heavy pressure there. And landing those heavy shots.
Yeah, Chu no answer right now.
More pummeling.
Ooh, good elbows there from Gochashvili.
This fight could be stopped here at any moment.
Chu.
Yeah, Dave's looking at it.
Chris Chu might be on life support. Nearing the end as Dave Selyestead begins to crouch down.
With 2 minutes to work here.
That's a long time.
That's a long time to be stuck in this crucifix position.
Joel, what does Chris need to do here to get out of this?
He's got to try to get one arm free. And, yep, there's a stoppage there.
There is the finish. Guram Gochashvili forces the issue and is going to move to 3-0 in the co-main event.
There's a lot of damage done in a short amount of time. Chris Chu's right side of his face is swollen shut.
An unfortunate finish for Chris Chu, but Guram Gochashvili, a special talent out of Bethel, Connecticut. I think we're going to hear a lot more of this guy, Jason.
I think we're going to hear a lot more of that. Chris Chu is no easy out. We've seen him go through some wars, and he just had no answer for that crucifix.
Yeah, that crucifix control was very tight, very heavy pressure on top. Gochashvili had a good connection with his legs around his Chu's left arm, I believe it was, which made it harder for Chu to get that arm out to try to break free. Congratulations on the stoppage there, Gochashvili.
5.5 years certainly didn't look like it. Guram Gochashvili going to continue to be an undefeated prospect with a high ceiling in store. Quick work of Chris Chu, a first-round finish. No one's been able to do that, Joel.
No one. And Gochashvili came in here and completed that task with ease.
First fight was at 205 pounds. Second was at 185. Tonight he met in the middle at 195 pounds. Seems as though wherever he goes, he's going to take care of business. One of his wins was by submission. His other was by a decision. Going a full time with someone like Gochashvili seems to be a tall task right now. Gets it done in the first frame.
Absolutely. Impressive performance tonight.
Saw the choreography as well. I like seeing that.
Oh, yeah, I was watching.
Chris Chu being checked out by the doctors. Will stay on Gochashvili as they get a quick photo in. And Joel, so many great fights up to this point, but we are going to look forward to this main event. Julian Ruiz and Abijah Meheula. Lots of people looking forward to this one, a striker's delight in the main event.
Oh, absolutely. A striker's delight in the main event. Two phenomenal strikers. And, Julian Ruiz coming back from his loss in PFL, ready to bounce back, feeling good. I saw him in the locker room tonight. He's feeling good, ready to rumble. And he's got a tough task in front of him with his opponent.
Abijah Meheula, he has won 3 in a row, all of them by finish. Going to be an interesting one in the main event. And so many other fantastic performances through the night as well. But as for right now, still taking care of business on Chris Chu. We have a little bit of time, and for those who don't know, Fierce Fighting Championship is on their 50th show of all time. 37 main shows, 13 Challenger Series. That all being said, Joel, it has been incredible to watch the journey from small, humble beginnings out in Price, Utah in 2016 to what Fierce Fighting Championship has ballooned up to. It's pretty sensational.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I remember sitting there in Price watching one of the events there on the baseball field when Samson Fomabout was headlining, and from seeing the shows grow from the baseball field to the Maverick Center to now the Masonic Temple, Utah's premier fight league has definitely grown. I'm so happy to be a part of it.
We'll talk a little bit more about some of our favorite events in just a little bit, but it looks as though Chris Chu is back up onto his feet. We'll go ahead and make it official with Jackson Hopes.
Fierce fans, referee Dave Celia has called a stop to this contest at 3 minutes and 14 seconds of the very first round, declaring the winner by TKO, Guram Gochashvili.
What's that? You got mouthpiece? Yeah. Guram, congratulations. That was a big win tonight against a tough competitor. We haven't seen you in 5 years in the cage. How does it feel to be back tonight?
Thank you guys. Thank you everyone. Hey, me, 5 years stop, and I'm come back, baby. I'm come back and ready, everyone. I'm here.
Will we see you back in the Fierce Fighting Championship cage?
Very. Yes.
Any sponsors? Belt. He wants the belt.
Next belt, baby.
Give it up for your winner. Congratulations, Guram Gochashvili.
Come on, check this out. check this out.
Mike Jones is set to defend his title against John Poppy.
Can you believe what we are seeing?
I am speechless right now. This has been a great fight.
Maybe I'll fight Mike Jones. Where you at, bro?
The best main card we've ever had at Fierce Fighting Championships.
Anna Silva back in the win column.
What a fight.
Dave Salyasteg calls it. Dante Morales. Roll credits for the middleweight champion. Guram Gochashvili comes away with the win, 3-0 now in his professional career. 8 fights down, 1 still to go. The main event between Julian Ruiz and Abijah Meheula. Got a good thing going. Let's keep it rolling with Jackson Hopes.
Fierce fans, our main event of the evening is sponsored by R&R Barbecue. When you take shortcuts, you get lost. And at R&R Barbecue, their multiple awards have proven time and time again that they do not take shortcuts. Their recipes, spice rubs, barbecue sauces, and smoking techniques remain unchanged since their early days of their award-winning competitions. Located both in Utah and Idaho, their savory menu and catering options will leave you full with every meal at R&R Barbecue. Fierce fans, make some noise and welcome our final 2 fighters, Abijah Meheula and then Julian Ruiz, to the cage.
Looking to match his 2024 success in this new year, here is Abijah Meheula. Joel, 3 KOs in a 6-month span, now another knockout artist in his wake as we've got a stylistic clash in this main event.
Boy, I think we're gonna see a stand-up fight for sure. You know, Abijah is a very dangerous striker, very good boxer, and you know, he does have a tough task here with Julian Ruiz.
Yeah, and Jason, he went from dropping 3 in a row to now winning 3 in a row. Seemed to have hit his stride in 2024.
Yeah, he's definitely hitting his stride. Great striker, smooth, precise, got a lot of power, trains out of Extreme Couture down in Vegas, so you know he's ready tonight.
Abijah Meheula, his 7th consecutive fight in a different state. Has not fought in Utah since his final amateur fight way back in February of 2021. Going to be interesting. A new venue for him.
A new venue with an electric crowd. This main event is going to blow the roof off here at the Masonic Temple.
Meheula, 2 of his last 3 have concluded in the first round. Took just under 3 minutes to mask Chris Mims in blood back in August. A special performance by him, as we see. Jason, you point out a little bit of cauliflower here. Seems to be some swelling there.
Yeah, we're sitting there talking about a strike, and he might have some wrestling and jiu-jitsu in his back pocket here.
Most certainly does. Does have a win by decision. Does have 1 loss by submission as well. But as we've talked about, stylistically, it seems as though this one's going to stay standing.
Yeah, I would think if you're watching both of these guys' track record, both of these guys like to stand and bang, which means it's probably going to go to the ground.
We shall see.
Still a stock as high as any. Enter Julian Ruiz. Jason, he said he needs someone to stand with to get his swagger back following the loss in June. A profusion of purpose coming into this return to Fierce.
Yeah, Julian said, I saw a post that he made the other day as a learning curve, something he had to learn. He said he got a little cocky going into that last fight, thinking nobody could knock him out. he ended up taking a loss in that fight, and he learned a lot from it. And this is what I love to see from these fighters, is the growth from these losses, and we're going to hopefully see that here tonight from Julian Ruiz.
Yeah, and Joel, he certainly held his own versus 5-time PFL veteran Brian Zurcher in June. Got caught on the short side of a car crash exchange, but nonetheless, the only guys he's ever lost to are high-level competition. Mitch Ramirez as well as Zurcher, a combined record as a professional, 16-2.
Yeah, I mean, Julian's as tough as they come. He's always looking for the next toughest challenge out there. And, like I mentioned earlier in the show, I helped him cut weight a little bit yesterday, and this is Julian 2.0 that we're about to see here. He learned so much from his last fight, and, I know he's more than ready for this fight. And he's got a tough task, and that's exactly what he asked for.
All right, final tale of the tape tonight, powered by R&R Barbecue. Professional featherweight bout between Julian Ruiz and Abijah Meheula. 1-year senior is Meheula, identical at 5'9". Meheula did miss weight last night by 1 pound at 147, 145.5 for Ruiz. Record of 4-1 boasted by the local fighter. As for Meheula, a record of 4-3 coming in to this main event slate.
Fierce fans, this is your main event. This fight is sponsored by R&R Barbecue. This fight is a professional featherweight bout scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds, and when the fight begins, the referee in charge will be Dave Selyused. Now, one more time, I need everybody tuning into the pay-per-view and everybody here inside the Masonic Temple in Salt Lake City, Utah. From the upper seats to the temple seats to the VIP seats, all the way down to cage side. Put your hands together and make some noise! Introducing the first fighter, fighting out of the blue corner, holding a professional record of 4 wins and 3 losses. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall and weighed in above the contracted weight at 147 pounds. Fighting out of Extreme Couture MMA, hailing from Las Vegas, Nevada, by way of Honolulu, Hawaii. Fierce fans, make some noise for Abijah, the disciple, Meheula. And introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, holding a professional record of 4 wins and 1 loss. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall and weighed in at 145.5 pounds. Fighting out of the Pit SLC, hailing from Salt Lake City, Utah. Fierce fans, make some noise for King Julian Ruiz.
Hometown favorite Julian Ruiz set to throw in the red gloves. Las Vegas's Abijah Meheula counters in the blue. This featherweight bout is brought to you by R&R Barbecue, 9-time Utah's best barbecue team and still the best to ever hit you in the lips. R&R Barbecue, an official sponsor of Fierce FC.
Both guys getting after it right away here in the first round.
Ruiz slips at the tail end of that exchange. Strong kick lands for Meheula. Creative with the angles are the two fighters. Jason, it's hard to track everything that's going on. Both moving so quickly. Down is Ruiz.
Like to see Julian start making some angles here, circling off of the cage.
I feel like right now Abijah seems a little more relaxed right now than Julian. Julian seems a little tense right now.
Ruiz coming off of the first loss in his career in 7 years. You have to go back to the amateur days to look at his previous loss. Right now looking to answer back. Meheula full of confidence right now as he continues to throw cleanly.
Heavy leg kick by Ruiz. Answered back by Abijah.
Abijah attacking that lead calf there to close the distance there.
Now Julian's starting to throw her back right now. Looks to get a little more comfortable, get his rhythm going.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Julian's starting to get his rhythm. Starting to get a good read on him now. But Abijah just staying right in Julian's face here.
Nice body shot by Abijah.
Both fighters perfectly placed in this phone booth. Not a lot of movement freely. Everything calculated coming in to the early moments of round one.
Good left hook from Julian.
As Meheula gets moved back by that shot from Julian. Now mixing it up with the kicks as well.
Julian staying busy on him.
Down is Meheula once again. Ruiz now starting to find his angles a little bit more now under the chin, Joel.
Looking for that neck crank he's been working on through camp.
Positionally dominant is Ruiz, now turning the corner.
Looking for the choke is Julian.
Ruiz trying to cinch up those hands. Fighting the digits is Meheula.
Not quite under the chin yet.
No wins as a professional by submission for Ruiz. Meheula never been submitted once, I apologize, as a professional. It was a head and arm choke back in 2022.
Now Julian's got to be careful here not to tire those arms out because he's not quite under the chin yet here.
Yeah, Abijah doing a good job keeping that chin tucked.
That's a nasty neck crank, though.
I'd like to see Julian go palm to palm if he can get that right hand free.
And that's just a nasty neck crank by Ruiz.
But Abijah doing a good job hanging in there for sure.
Stout defense for the Las Vegas fighter. Seems like the grip continues to loosen progressively. Back up to the top, now moving over to the head and arm.
Looks like he may have it.
Hard to see from this vantage point. Now on the other side, we see that head pinned down for Ruiz, squeezing for that submission.
I see him go knee on belly with that left leg.
There we go, Jason.
Just spitting a little bit of knowledge for you there, Joel Haro. Get that on there, he'll get a lot more pressure there.
Meheula rose the hand, looked like it might have indicated a tap, but now exploding. Ruiz decides to concede and punish from up top, now chasing the back once again. Don't have a timer up on the screen. We're not aware of it at the moment. 10-second clapper goes as Ruiz mats Meheula once again. Nice knee to the body lands. But it looks as though we will see a second round.
We are seeing a second round.
Very interesting right now, Jason.
Yeah, both fighters weathering some storm. Abijah coming out hot. He dropped Ruiz in that first round. Then Ruiz drops him. Big credit to both fighters for fighting back from adversity. Abijah fighting through some of those submission attempts, and he got up and he looked fresh.
Yeah, he still looks fresh. He's not breathing too heavy. Same with Ruiz. And, kudos to Abijah fighting those submission attempts, hanging in there.
Yeah, he stayed calm. He was in some bad spots. Ruiz had that rear naked choke in. Looked like he had a head and arm choke in there.
%75% of Ruiz's fights have ended in a finish. Looked like he was really close to one, Jason, but Meheula comes away to see a stool. Very interested to see where the state of the lactic acid is for Ruiz, who squoze a lot there in that first frame.
I wonder how fresh those arms are feeling.
Yeah, Abijah still looks great. Doesn't look like he took any damage there. Both fighters looking fresh in this second round. What a main event so far.
Right back into the firefight are the two. Ruiz, fast twitched as ever. Meheula matches it.
Good high kick there from Abijah. Good right hand from Julian.
Julian's starting to connect with that overhand right now. There it is again.
Yep.
Both fighters connecting cleanly. Ruiz lands the uppercut.
Abijah doing a great job covering up, though, not taking too much damage. Ruiz swinging for the fences there.
Clusters of combinations thrown by both. Meheula invests in the body.
Ruiz answers back. I think those body shots might have hurt Ruiz a little bit.
Yeah, a few of those body shots landed.
A hard shot there. Or got the attention. Might not hurt him, but he definitely got his attention.
A little bit of clinch work initiated by Ruiz, the aggressor, over in the corner of Meheula. A foot stomp to go as well.
Julian in on the double.
Trying to peel Meheula away from the cage is Ruiz. Not too much leverage, but now turning the corner.
And they're right in Meheula's corner right now.
Ruiz's corner calling to pull Meheula off of the cage. Wraps over the leg. Meheula gets it back.
Yeah, Julian trying to collect that left leg of Abijah.
This is something we don't see from Ruiz very often.
Yeah, that was one thing when we were chatting yesterday when he was cutting weight. He was letting me know, like, tomorrow you guys are going to see Julian 2.0. I'm going to mix it up, use my wrestling a little more.
Fun fact about Julian, he does come from a wrestling base out in Vernal, Utah. That is where he began fighting way back in the day, but has leaned more into the striking in recent years as he continues to find a closer target towards the back. Couple of weighty knees land for Ruiz. Just about the halfway point of round number 2. Meheula never been finished in his career. Couple of short elbows land between the two featherweights. Back to the center we go.
Good right hand from Ruiz.
Nice body shot from Ruiz.
Spinning back kick. Little bit offline for Ruiz. Meheula continuing to step forward.
Good combinations from Ruiz.
Now closing inside is Ruiz. Meheula throws a flying knee.
Meheula is getting creative as he's moving backwards, throwing those knees up to him.
He's not taking a lot of damage. Ruiz is throwing a lot of punches, but he's not really landing much. That could play dividends for Meheula coming into these later rounds if it goes to it, because Ruiz looks like he's taking a couple deep breaths there, and he might be the one that's tired in the second round. Another body shot.
Another elbow landed on Ruiz.
And Abijah is digging to the body of Ruiz right now.
Ruiz backed up for just a moment, got back onto the front foot.
Good body shot from Ruiz landing.
Loading up a little bit more offense is Ruiz. Final minute, round 2 of a possible 3. Not a championship setting, so we won't see championship rounds in this one.
There's that overhand again by Ruiz.
Ruiz has got him hurt, guys.
But Abijah, once again, he only oh, there's a big shot.
Yep.
Slowly crumbling down, but still well. Down is Julian Ruiz. Abijah Meheula might be mounting a comeback.
Ruiz is in a lot of trouble right now.
Looking to choke. Abijah's got that choke in, guys.
Trying to lock it in. There's the tap. Abijah Meheula, 4 in a row for the fantastic featherweight.
Solid performance from Abijah, coming back, weathering the storm.
Very calculated performance from Abijah. He ate some big shots, but
Very
he stayed composed.
Closes the comeback. Abijah Meheula on that top prospects list for a reason. 4 in a row for the Las Vegas fighter.
What a fight, guys. What a fight.
What a dog fight.
What a fight.
Ruiz got rocked. Meheula smelled blood and closes it out. It looks as though we do have the replay presented by R&R Barbecue. Joel, break it down for us.
All right, here we go. Right here, it looks like Abijah's hurt, weathering the storm, comes back with that overhand right, tags Ruiz, hops right on top of him. Ruiz stands up, Abijah takes him back down, circles to the back, sinks in that rear naked choke, and that's all she wrote.
Some significant awareness as well by Meheula, not to continue to strike, but to take down Ruiz and finish it up with a choke.
Oh, absolutely! What a smart decision there, taking him right back down as he stood up, and hopped right away to the back. Didn't give him a second to breathe.
From losing 3 in a row to now stringing together a beautiful streak, Abijah Meheula seems to have found his home. What a way to close out the first show of 2025. He's going to move to 5-3. Looks as though we're just about ready to make it official. Final time tonight. Here's Hoops.
Fierce fans, referee Dave Selyuset has called a stop to this contest at 4 minutes, 45 seconds of the second round, declaring the winner by submission due to rear naked choke, Abijah, the disciple, Meheula.
Abijah, you got your mouthpiece up? Yes. You got your mouthpiece up? Yes, sir. All right, let's face around here. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here with your winner, Abijah. Abijah, great back and forth fight. You guys were trading shots. Both you guys were hurt. Was that the type of fight you were expecting tonight?
Yes, definitely. Glory to God. He's my Lord and Savior, my Jesus Christ. Thank you guys so much for this opportunity. I love you guys. Hats off to Judy, man. That's one of the toughest fights I had. I never expect to get a submission like this first. I've been working with it for a lot of my boys on my team. I love these guys so much. They drove all the way out here from Vegas to come and support me and corner me. So, yeah, that was definitely one of my toughest fights. So I got some work to do for sure.
Yeah, you weathered the storm. He had some submission attempts, but you stayed very well composed. We talked about it on the broadcast. You came back. You landed some hard shots in that second round. What's next for you, man?
Wherever God wants to lead me, man. This is way above me and beyond my life. I serve God with all my heart, all my life. So wherever He wants to take me, wherever the doors open, I'm willing to go. Contender series, that'd be nice. But I got some work to do, so we're gonna get back to it. Monday, I'm not really injured for now. I can say it, adrenaline is rushing, but yeah, let's get back to work. I can't really say too much about that. I'm a blue-collar fighter, but I just right back to work. Yeah. So.
Any sponsors you want to give a shout out to tonight?
Yes, Hawaii Fight Gear, Strikers Only. Pharma Extracts, CBD, help for my body while during camp. All my family and friends, supporters from near and far. I love everybody here. I love everybody for coming out and supporting all of our fighters, not just me, but all the fighters, local fighters, people from abroad. So love you guys and love you guys too for everything, yeah.
Appreciate you coming up here, everybody. Give it up for your winner, Elijah Meheula.